if somebody in the audience could actually define the word sleep, I would be most appreciative. Because I sure as hell don't know what it feels like, and I don't know what it sounds like, and I don't know what it reads like. End of discussion. Beginning of party. Saturday morning. Greetings. Good evening. God, I just said Saturday morning and greetings. Good evening. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's have some fun. Welcome to Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase. Fast Steady Layne, or what is left of him. I'm changing the nickname from Fast Steady Layne to Moderately Rapid this morning. My favorite variation of the nickname. Welcoming in tag team partners, the HitmanBDC, Ryan Adcock. What's up, Ryan?
Nothing much. I'm here, buddy.
There you go. Cause and effect. Robert Cosper, glad to have you on board. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
It's going to be a great day. I'm a little bit scattered, a little bit disoriented, but that's what I get for drinking a glass of milk and 2 Krispy Kreme cream-filled donuts. And
Only 2?
Only 2. To go with the 4 that I ate last night before I went to bed. I want to say thank you to everybody who came out last night to Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. Had an absolute blast last night. Kristen, great to see you again. Ashley, great to see you again. To a lot of, I hate to use the word old school regs, but to a lot of longtime friends of the Friday night show at Buffalo's. Always a good time. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, if you're in the central Alabama area, come out and say hi. Friday nights at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster at the Probst, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, Promenade Shopping Center, formerly the Colonial Promenade, but we all know what happened with Colonial. When lawyers get involved...
Thank you, Bobby Lauder.
Say what? Yeah, really?
Thank you, Bobby Lauder.
Doesn't that also mean War Eagle too? But we're not going to get started. College?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Football doesn't... Yeah. College football does not start for another, 45 days?
No football today.
We told you this last week.
It never ends.
Never too early for college football.
Remember, folks, we broadcast live from the state of Alabama. Therefore, college football never ends, unless, of course, you're at UAB.
They play college ball down there?
They have a team this year? What?
Yes, we have a team this year. Look, I bleed Crimson Tide Red, but I'm also pulling huge for the green and gold UAB Blazers. I went there and enjoyed every minute of it. Scheduled to be joined in about 23 minutes by wrestling's best kept secret, Micah Taylor, the 0-1 Max United States Heavyweight Champion and the Global Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Big show tonight for Global. Looking forward to being a part of it. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot this right off the bat. Beyond Ringside Radio Network will be in full force tonight at the Global Championship Wrestling Show in Pell City, Alabama. Yours truly, Fast Eddie Layne, GCW Commissioner. Co-hosts on Beyond Ringside Live, Wicked Nemesis, of course, the manager of the Unlucky Charms, Damon Christopher and Chris Knox. The GCW Tag Team Championships will be on the line tonight, and Wick will be ringside with the Charms. And Beyond Ringside co-host, you got it, La Reina del Piledriver, Tasha Simone, in the mix on a 3-way or triple threat match for the GCW Women's Championship, as she'll be challenging Tracy Taylor. And also in the mix on that is pro wrestling star Taylor Hendricks. So you've got 3 dynamite women competitors. And I'm not even going to put the qualifier of women on there. I'm sorry for doing that. You've got 3 dynamite competitors. Tracy Taylor, Tasha Simone, Taylor Hendricks in one ring at the same time. If you're in and around the Alabama market, damn it, you better be there tonight, because it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a good show. Sorry, didn't mean to.
Oh, no, that's cool.
No, it's going to be a real good show. And I think that middleweight title for GCW between Spiral and Shane Fox is going to be a classic. Oh, yeah, I was going to cover that a little bit later in the show, but definitely. And, I was, one of the worst kept secrets is I handle the media relations on the website for Global. And, curtain, fourth wall. And at least I'm not dropping pipe bombs. I don't do that crap anymore. I'm too nice. Yeah, right. Okay. And I find myself in a situation where I'm getting ideas in my brain on how I want to discuss a match. There were so many ways that I could have described the rivalry / feud between Spiral and Showtime Shane Fox. I sat back and I went over ideas, and it's like, dude, I could go for an hour on this one post. Because you've got 2 extraordinarily gifted individuals
And whoever finally gets a hold of that GCW middleweight championship, yeah, well deserved all the way across the board. Segueing, topic 1. When lawyers get involved, does anything go right in that circumstance, especially when it is so transparent about what you're trying to do? I was having a conversation, Hitman, before we went on air. And what is the last vestige of sanity for any lawbreaker, criminal? The last vestige, the last refuge.
They're trying to use the law.
Yeah, pretty much. So aces and eights who've won just about half their matches by use of the hammer, all the major matches by use of the hammer, gets the hammer turned right back on them and cries foul. Therefore, we lead off Impact this week with Bully Ray coming out to the ring after Chris Sabin making a great speech. Great on, the kid is good on mic.
Come on.
Yeah,
okay, he's good.
Completely
Hold on,
disagree.
dude.
Okay, he's good on the microphone. He gets the point across. He's not like some people who will babble incessantly.
He makes me feel like I'm watching a 12-year-old boy.
Exactly.
I can't take it.
It's like none of us knew who he was, and I think he's a good in-ring performer. I've never knocked that, so anybody listening, let's not go there. That's not what I'm knocking. But if any new person that's never seen this tunes in to see it, they go, "Who's that 12-year-old in the ring with a title?"
Why do you think
the
they
camera did not do him any favors? When you start off with him in the ring with the Mafia, and it's like Ryan said, if you've never watched before, who's that kid in there? Because in the ring he's great, but he's a small guy and he talks. He sounds like he's about to hit puberty. You're
just waiting for his voice to crack.
Kind of like Peter Brady.
And he's hard to accept as the world heavyweight champion. I'm not saying he's bad in the ring. I don't think he's world title material, but.
You got other small guys like Daniel Bryant, CM Punk, Austin Aries that don't give you that thing. You can buy them being a world title holder.
Absolutely.
But, first of all, they let out with the Mafia. Why are you going to let out with the Mafia? Why don't you just bring Sabin out to begin with?
Right.
Well,
and he's your new world title holder.
Okay, now
bring the Mafia out first.
Okay, then let me.
If he's going to lead the locker room, then
exactly.
Let me do this. I have to ask this question. Then, why did DX hoist Mick Foley on their shoulders after Foley won his first WWF championship?
That happened spontaneously directly after he won the title, did it not?
Want a show opener.
Because wasn't DX in the middle of a feud with the Nation of Domination when Foley went over with the belt over the Rock?
I thought they were feuding with the Corporation, because that's when...
I thought they were feuding with the Corporation.
That was Corporation. You're right.
I don't know. You're talking two totally different eras, two different shows, and that was a celebration at the end when they hoisted Foley up.
The Main Event Mafia helped by driving away the evildoers known as the Aces and Eights.
Okay, fine. You're right. I'm not arguing that point. But what I'm saying is this. You bring Sabin out, you do your little celebration, and then you thank the Mafia and let them walk out on the rampway.
Yeah, I've got a question.
It seems like to me them coming out first took that much more away from Sabin being the title holder.
Why didn't Hulk Hogan do it, though? And what would have been worse, the general manager doing it or the Main Event Mafia doing it?
Neither. Because look, when we were growing up, the minute you could see Hogan walk out the rampway, walk to the microphone, walk to the ring, it was a big deal. Dude, he has to come out 27 times a show now, and it's getting old. It doesn't have the same feel anymore. Nobody cares.
Has gotten, yes.
Well, okay.
It's been old since about 1984, but of course I'm a Flair fan.
Well, I'm a Flair fan too. Anybody that thinks Hogan's better than Flair's nuts. But what I'm saying, when we were kids and Hogan would come out, it was a huge thing. Now it's just like, really? You got to put Hogan, you got to put Brooke out there, you got to put Hogan, you got to put Brooke out there every 20 minutes?
Well, I know. I watched the replay of Impact last night. And,
sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible.
Not all of it.
Oh, man. I got so many talking points on that one. I don't know where to start. But I'll say it short and sweet. I really just felt like I was watching the death of WCW all over again. I mean, it's just...
I couldn't have said that any better. It just feels like the ship's halfway down and going down faster.
Yes, completely agreed. You had two good matches, but to me they were dumbed down. When you had
which ones?
Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels in the Bound for Glory series.
The ending was terrible, by the way.
Yes, it was, and which totally just shoots holes all through the Mafia theory. They're there to stop aces and eights, and they're there to stop the interference. And how does Samoa Joe lose that match? Interference from the aces and eights. And then your second match with Hardy and AJ Styles. AJ's lost a step from this whole break that he's taken, and the whole "I'm gonna be silent like Sting" angle is just stupid. It was old.
With a Justin Bieber haircut.
I'm sorry.
Oh, with a Justin Bieber haircut.
Yes. I know.
Okay, wait. If I had a gun right now, I would shoot you for mentioning that name on this network.
Look at AJ Styles' haircut. It looks exactly like him. I mean, I hate to be that way because I'm an AJ fan, but come on, dude.
I just prefer to think of it as a 1970s bowl cut.
Yeah.
Again, it's just Justin Bieber.
Or the lost member of the Three Stooges organization. I don't know.
Well, I want to thank Ryan. I'll never look at AJ Styles the same again now.
I'm trying to keep from regurgitating the donuts I ate earlier. Said that. Do not ever say that name on this show again. That would be
only when I'm describing his haircut. Okay.
That's also known as Usher Raymond's illegitimate gay love child. Okay.
Fair enough.
There you go, Cosz.
You did see flashes in the AJ match of the old AJ though.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Now, look, AJ changed his style when he went with the pseudo wannabe Sting.
But he went back to AJ in this match, if you pay attention.
He did a little bit, yes.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd seen a Pele in a long time.
No kidding.
Well, you can change, but also incorporate facets of what brought you to the dance, which is something I really wish Impact Wrestling would learn. Because there are, look, I use the same thing on them that I have used for the last couple of years. They have moments of brilliance surrounded by hours of futility. And I'm watching the Hardy AJ match right now, and that up and over flip looked like it could have gone horribly wrong at the blink of an eye. But they managed to pull that off.
It almost did.
It almost did, yeah. Because if he'd have overclocked that one millisecond, that head would have gone splat.
Well, if you watch it when they'll show you a replay of it in a second. And
oh no, I've already seen it.
Okay, AJ almost didn't get those legs tucked when he was going over.
Yeah, he went full speed on that. See, that's what I love about having two televisions here in the studio. I can go back and DVR everything.
Okay.
I got a question for you about the AJ match. Your top face of your company right now.
No, you're not.
Is Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Right? I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Guys? I mean, name me another top face that has the fan draw that Jeff Hardy does.
Velvet Sky.
Okay. we ain't talking about somebody with boobs.
Well, that leaves Samoa Joe out. And
yeah, Samoa's out for sure.
Kidding, I love Samoa Joe. He's a great guy. He really is. Please don't kill me.
Sting does a pretty good draw, but yeah, Hardy.
Yeah, but he's not wrestling anymore.
Right? Yeah, no point in him wrestling if he can't go for a title.
Hardy.
I mean, but you take
Hardy.
Jeff Hardy and you make him tap out to AJ. Your number one face, and you tap him out in a Bound for Glory series match?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the only way I'd say it was acceptable, was it being a Bound for Glory series match. Had it been a world title match or something like that, it might have been different. But
okay,
I'm not a big fan of the Bound for Glory series anyway, because I think it takes away from your feuds that you should have going on anyway. But that's
I agree with that. I'm not a fan of the series. I don't like it either.
But you take your number one face, which is Jeff Hardy, and you tap him out.
Yeah, but Hardy can turn around. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What does that do for your company?
It doesn't say a lot for your big face, but that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't like a pay-per-view main event, what I'm saying. And being bound for glory, he can turn around and Jeff Hardy could tap AJ 2 weeks from today. You don't know. It's so back and forth with that.
Maybe so. But I mean, it's like just to give you a perfect example of why I thought you would never see something like that. Are you going to see anybody tap John Cena out?
I would love to see that, but no.
I would love to see it too, but it's not going to happen.
I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
For business.
I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
I would love to see
that. Well, Daniel Bryan's just as big a face as John Cena is right now.
Okay, here's the thing. You've got two of the faces of TNA. God, I feel like barfing when I say that, when I say Jeff Hardy. But that's because of everything he's gone through and everything he's done. I still have a bad flashback to the night of the pay-per-view match of Jeff Hardy and Sting, where basically Sting just cut off Hardy and said, "Oh no, screw this. You're going. This is done now." But
you know as well as I do, and any of us three or anybody else that hosts with you, people make mistakes. Jeff screwed up. Since he's came back, he's been pretty good.
Yeah. I will agree to that. But see,
I can agree.
I've never had that much stock in Jeff Hardy. Even when he was with the WWE, after the Hardy Boys broke up and I saw the direction they were WWE was pushing him in, I've never had that much stock in Hardy. Yes, he's talented. Yes, he's gifted. Yes, he's a wreck on the microphone. I mean, but by the same token, it's just like you get everybody. Okay, you have people who love Ric Flair. You have people who can't stand Ric Flair. You have people who love Hulk Hogan. You have people who can't stand Hulk Hogan. But it's amazing in this day and time, if you go on social media, if you go on Twitter and say Matt Hardy sucks, you're going to have 500 people up your ass sideways with a barbed wire 2x4, no relation to Mick Foley, faster than you can blink an eye. You say the same thing about Jeff Hardy. And look, we've forgotten something that, but getting back to basics, I've just never had that much stock in Jeff Hardy, the overall. I think that he was fast-tracked after the split up of the Hardy Boys. I think that they have kept him on this for some reason. And there's nothing wrong. Look, I'm looking at the finish right now, and there's nothing wrong with that finish. Hardy tapping out.
No, there's nothing wrong with the finish. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't make business sense to your company, who's struggling as it is, to tap your number one face out.
It doesn't hurt him. It's AJ. It doesn't hurt Jeff Hardy in the least. It's AJ. It's the longtime face of the company. I mean,
yeah, but he's not anymore.
Okay, let me ask a question. If at Rock Cena 1, if they would have had Cena tap out to the sharpshooter, how many people would be bitching about that?
A bunch.
If they would have had the Rock tap out to the STF, how many people would be bitching about that?
A bunch.
But by the same token, you've got the two top stars, John Cena, Dwayne Johnson, going head up at WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year. If that match goes over 15 minutes, nobody in their right mind is really going to complain on a tap out loss. You've got more people.
I think what I'm saying is the tap out's the part that bothers me. I'm not saying that Jeff Hardy shouldn't have lost.
No,
you don't tap out your number one face.
You can.
That just diminishes what they're trying to, if they're even trying to do anything, which with TNA, I wonder.
Still back to my theory of Hogan being a plant for Vince McMahon to destroy competition.
I think you may be wrong.
I think TNA's
2-0 in my book right now.
Okay, look. I'm going to do this, and I saw this earlier this week on Facebook. Somebody made the comment about it, so I've got to do this. I want to remind everybody, and I love conspiracy theories just as much as everybody else does, but the fact of the matter is, when Vince McMahon purchased World Championship Wrestling from Ted Turner, AOL Time Warner, the fact of the matter stands. What is one of the first things that Vince McMahon did? He publicly fired Jeff Jarrett. When Vince McMahon fires somebody, when that contract is terminated, how many times do you see it on television? You never do. It's always a byline in the news section of WWE.com. World Wrestling Entertainment, World Wrestling Federation, WWE has come to terms with the release and or termination, or with the release of blank from their services with this company. We wish them the best in their future endeavors. They are never genuinely publicly freaking fired except for the byline on the .com. Vince McMahon opening up the show, publicly fired JEFFJARRETT. He said he can respell his name FIRED. That never happens. And then lo and behold, how long of its period of time was it after that when he left WCW WWE and TNA Wrestling started doing Wednesday night pay-per-views? How long was that? It wasn't that incredibly long.
No, it wasn't even a year.
You tell me the Jarrett family had the resources set, primed, and ready to go for TNA to start running? No, I don't think so. I don't think that Dixie Carter and Panda Energy were on board with those pay-per-views yet. I don't think they were on board with the company. I know that Jeff and Jerry, and remember, when the pay-per-views were, I think it's the first year that the pay-per-views were going, Jerry Jarrett went to WWE headquarters and introduced Vince McMahon to Kozlov. Last time I checked, if you've got a blue chipper like Kozlov, you try to keep him for yourself. But Jarrett introduced Kozlov to Vince, and Vince hired Kozlov and put him in developmental. You tell me two rival companies that have that kind of talent exchange / communication / friendship. Last time I checked, Bill Gates and, when Jobs was still alive, I don't think they exactly went to have brunch at Starbucks, which really sucks because you have to order food in.
So you're kind of just trying to get around to that Vince funneled money into TNA much like he did ECW and kept it alive.
Yes, I do believe he did, genuinely, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And the other kick in the nuts factor, there have been about 3 or 4, because you notice there have been times when people would leave from WWE, even if their a talent agreement has been concluded, and they go straight onto television at TNA, but yet they leave TNA and you've got to wait out that hickey-doo clause half the time, unless they've just completely ended that part, the non-compete. And remember one other little thing. How long was it after Hulk Hogan came on television at Impact Wrestling that WWE released the unreleased Hulk Hogan DVD set? Last time I checked, there is no way in hell that that any company is going to release a video that is accenting a cornerstone figurehead of a rival corporation.
That's Vince McMahon being Vince there. He's got the rights to the video and whatever copyright rights he has to Hulkamania.
To sum it up,
most of them are Hogan's. That's just him making $1.
To sum it up, yes, I do believe Vince has his hands in Impact Wrestling. I do believe he's had his hands in Impact Wrestling for a long time. You cannot pay me to believe otherwise. There are too many incriminating factors. And if the Ultimate Warrior shows up next week on Impact Wrestling, I'll know for sure that it's going to be. By the way,
you wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't surprise me if that happened. TNA, it's so pathetic. I wouldn't be surprised.
We got about a minute left in the segment before, and once again, just after the bottom of the hour, we're going to be bringing in Pro Wrestling's best kept secret, Micah Taylor, GCW Heavyweight Champion, right here on Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase in just a couple of minutes. I do have to ask: have you seen the YouTube video featuring the Ultimate Warrior as the pre-buy character, the hidden gem on 2K14? Have y'all seen that yet?
I saw a link, but I haven't watched the video.
Hitman, have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Yes, the video has been all over the place about the factor of the Ultimate Warrior jacket and all. The Warrior is going to be the Easter egg character or the unlockable pre-buy character if you buy it before the release date. First off, Pop, enjoying that concept. There have been talks about him going Hall of Fame next year. If it does happen and everything plays, I'm really looking forward to it. I think a perfect place for Warrior to go Hall of Fame would be in New Orleans. I think the characterizations just mesh up. And they were also talking about that. I've also read on Lords of Pain that there's a possibility as DX would be going in as a group. So I will say this, especially for Road Dogg. I mean, I've worked with the entire Armstrong family, of course, and have always had great conversations with Brian. But the fact of the matter is, I would love to see the New Age Outlaws as part of that full DX induction. And the rumor has it that China will be included in this. Oh, boy. Talk about the sequel, Backdoor to China 2.
And out of rehab yet?
They say, I need to go to rehab. I say, screw you. Folks, will be back.
I mean, if you're... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, take it.
I was just going to say, if you're talking about inducting DX as a group, it better not be the incarnation that was just Triple H and Shawn. It better be Triple H, Shawn, Road Dogg, Billy, and China.
I would like it. Well, actually, I would like to see Triple H, HBK, Waltman, Road Dogg, Kip, and China. Because all of them were vital parts, so to speak. You have to be careful using the words vital parts and China in the same sentence. I'm sorry, there's just too many.
Yes, you do.
There's too many connotations.
That's a good point.
Thank you for playing. Folks, we're going to the bottom of the hour break. When we come back, scheduled to be joined by Micah Taylor right here on Beyond Ringside. Stay tuned.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Move Time Radio, presented by the Arthritis Foundation, and we're smack dab in the middle of our dance-a-thon to fight arthritis pain. Me, I've been grooving for 10 hours straight, baby, but I'm a boogie machine. See, movement is just one of the ways to help fight osteoarthritis pain. Another is weight loss. You get rid of just 1 pound. That's 4 pounds of pressure off each knee. For more information on managing pain, visit fightarthritispain.org. Then meet me on the dance floor. This message brought to you by the Arthritis Foundation and the Ad Council.
Monsters could be living under your child's bed or in the bathtub. For a child with asthma, it can seem like monsters are everywhere. Because something as innocent as a teddy bear could trigger their next asthma attack. But there are simple ways you can help, like putting stuffed animals in the freezer to kill dust mites and drying bath toys to prevent mold. Learn more at noattacks.org or call 866-NO-ATTACKS. Because their next breath is in your hands. Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Amanda Pete. Like all new parents, my husband and I want what's best for our baby. When it was time for our daughter's immunizations, we wanted the facts. So we carefully researched vaccines. We spoke with doctors and other experts and asked some tough questions. We decided that vaccines were the best thing for our child. I urge you to get the facts. Learn the facts about vaccines so you can make the best healthcare decisions for your family. Thank you.
A message from the American Academy of Pediatrics and vaccinateyourbaby.org.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park, getting frisky in the dark. I gave your eye a poke. Think the dog is in the bed. Do I smell smoke? You and me, we never, ever, ever give up.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices. Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. At 7 I shower. Every day I wake up
For
at
those
5.
caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love. visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You must be your fairy godmother.
Cinderella's dream comes true because the glass slipper fits.
It fits.
In our world, the right fit can be just as important, especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose a car seat that's the right fit for your child's age and size to make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely every time.
Hop in, dear. Thank you.
For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. This message has been brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Alright, I've gone through all the tracks, just move through the beats. Do your thing.
Alright, everyone, let's hear it for West High's own Brooke Turner, aka DJ Hook.
Scratching at my first school dance takes confidence. So we're getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? Holla at ya, boy. XOXOXO. You getting these texts? Question mark. Where are you? What are you doing? OMG, you are making me mad. You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait, hold on. I just got a text.
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. So many comments on my comment.
Hey, guys, check out my new video game.
Mom, what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family?
The music plays, the microphones go hot, and we are live on a Saturday morning, July 27th, and loving every second of it. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live. Fast Eddie Layne, Robert Cosper, Ryan Adcock, welcoming in good friend of the family here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, he is known as pro wrestling's best kept secret. He is also the GCW heavyweight champion and the 0-1 Max US champion. Micah Taylor, welcome into Beyond Ringside. Oh, Micah.
Yo, are you there?
Yes, we are.
Hear it, man. Must be something clogging the system over there. Might need to grab a plunger and plunge the state of Alabama of the squared circle. clogging up the airways.
You mean the squared Markle?
The squared Markle. Sounds good to me. I like that one.
And if you're into online video games, I think we'd also have the squared Farkle. But... Okay, I should have stopped at one. That's all I can say. First off, Micah, glad to have you on board this morning. And you know, you made a reference to the squared circle, and I want to get to that. I really do. But what I want to talk about first is the factor of one of the nicknames that I laid out there that was in a video that you had put out on YouTube and on Facebook through social media, where you refer to yourself as wrestling's best kept secret. Can you expound on that for just a second?
Best kept secret, man. All it takes is 5 seconds of fame on WWE TV or TNA TV, and people think that these guys are great wrestlers and whatever else. And to me, most of them freaking suck. I'll be honest with you. And I can out wrestle or outwork majority of the guys on television right now. I just didn't get. How do I say it? I didn't get my 5 seconds of fame on TV yet, or should I say worldwide TV. So in my opinion, a lot of fans that aren't GCW fans or Georgia fans, North Carolina or whatever, if they're fans out in California, they don't know about me. That's because it's a secret right now, because WWE never gave me my shot when I was there, because there was a guy called Bill DeMott and me that butted heads, and one thing led to another, and I got released from my contract along with my wife and my tag team partner at the time. So that's how I came up with the best kept secret. A lot of people don't know about me, but when you see me wrestle the first time, you won't forget about me.
And that can also be said in a different medium as it pertains to wrestling and sports entertainment. I'm going to go in and pop the cork on this one. Longtime fans of yours know this. Good friends of yours know this. But a lot of people have seen you, and also, I'll just say, seen you in action in more ways than one, basically due to one of your sidelines that you go out to the West Coast for, right?
Absolutely. I've been doing motion capture since 2006 for all the WWE games and Saints Row 3. I had the benefit of being Killbane in that one, in the wrestling scene.
Nice. Now, how many different companies have you done mocap for? Is there just one primary one?
Well, it's one primary one right now. It used to be THQ until they went out of business, and then 2K Sports came in and purchased them on that. Hold on one second, Eddie.
Okay, go ahead. So like I said, Micah is actually in the middle of the main event tonight, where he and Mad Dog Dan Sawyer are going to be teaming up to take on members of the faction called the Squared Circle. Now, Jake Cole and Jeremy Foster are scheduled to be here. Are scheduled to be actually on the show tonight and listening and also trying to think at the same time. And actually, it just doesn't work out that well. That's all I can say. We all know that I'm easily distracted. That's the easy way to say it. But actually, Jake Cole, Jeremy Foster in the main event tonight against Micah Taylor and Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. And that is going to be one where you've got Micah, who is the leader of a group called The Underground. And Mad Dog is the leader of Team GCW. And the fact of the matter is, these two have never seen eye to eye. In the time that Micah has been in Global. And it doesn't matter how you stack it up. These two men have bled. These two men have basically tried to kill each other in the ring. Mike, are you back with us?
I think he's still busy.
Yeah, I think so too. Radio and life don't always go hand in hand, but it happens that way because I'm the first one to sit back and say real life always has a tendency to come first. Now,
okay, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Back. Sorry about that.
Now, I was mentioning while you were away the factor of you, the leader of the Underground, and Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, the leader of Team GCW. You've never seen eye to eye. The two of you have basically beaten the hell out of each other every opportunity you've had. And I hate to use the terms, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Whether you're a fan favorite and he was the rule breaker, the villain, or whether he was the fan favorite and you were the villain, the two of you have never seen eye to eye up until this circumstance tonight, going into the battle with the Squared Circle.
Yeah, sometimes when people overstep their boundaries, Eddie, and like you said, sometimes you don't see eye to eye with somebody, but sometimes you do see the talent that they have. And if you can't, they say if you can't beat them, join them. But I went ahead and I beat Mad Dog. He's beaten me, and he's been one of my toughest competitors. So you know what? I decided to go ahead and join with him to take out these young punks that need their mouths sewn shut, and so they can stop their ranting on the freaking internet.
There was
preaching. They're preaching. I think they're just preaching crybabiness, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Cosz, come on board with Micah Taylor.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've definitely done a lot of talking. What's up, champ, by the way? How are you doing this morning?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. They've done a lot of talking. they get their shot tonight, though. And like I said, I've told several people I like the idea of what they've done, but it's definitely put up or shut up time tonight. I think it's going to make for a really good main event in Pell City.
Yeah, it's always put up or shut up, especially in pro wrestling. But I don't know if I can agree with you if I like what they've done, because it's been done so many times. And if all it takes is going to Facebook and crying about something, then hell, maybe I should try to go to WWE's Facebook page and cry to get my job back. I don't know. Instead of just taking it like a man and knowing that I got screwed. I mean, is that going to work?
I don't know if that's going to work for you in WWE. It may, because you are what you say you are. I agree with you. You're the best kept secret. No, I'm just saying it's worked out well for them. They wanted a shot in a main event position and wanted a chance to prove themselves. By hook or by crook,
I'll go with that.
Yeah, they've got that shot. Yeah, we'll see tonight if that's paid off or if it hadn't. And you and Mad Dog show why you are the two top guys.
You got it. That's what it is. So I guess it's time for us to put up or shut up ourselves. So I'm a big fan of putting up or shutting up.
Yeah,
when it's time to go, it's time to rock.
No. I agree with you, so to speak. It's put up or shut up for both sides. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Now, Micah, if I can, a lot of the commentary that was made on social media went past the realm of professional wrestling. It even went past the realm. It went past the realm of Maury and Springer, and it went straight beyond personal, if I can use that phrase. There were some there were some things said all the way across the board that made a lot of people, myself included, going, "Damn, somebody gonna get killed." When you get a situation where it goes past personal,
oh man, usually to me when it goes past personal is when you bring family into it, or you do something that makes me come out of pocket with money. You can insult me all you want. I can care less. You can shoot at me, try to cut my throat, stab me in the back, but don't do it to one of my family members. Don't call my son a girl, even though my son can probably hold his own and stretch those guys himself. He's 17 with an amateur background also, but he doesn't brag about it, so there's no need to. But I would say mainly when you go towards family, it starts to get a little personal. And the difference between us and Maury and Jerry Springer is Jerry Springer and Maury's fake. There's a difference. Anything on TV is staged and hokey.
Some would say
it's time to get a little real tonight.
And that's one of the things that actually worries a lot of people is like, how real is this going to get? Because I've got to ask the question. But before I do, here's your curveball. Ryan Adcock, come on in with Micah Taylor.
Hey, champ, how you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
So, from what I'm hearing, I'm kind of coming in on the side of this thing, but from what I'm hearing, you would probably respect these guys a lot more if they hadn't went the cowardice way of going over the internet. Am I correct?
Yeah, I would say if they earn their way by training hard and showing up to all their practices and just getting better and working their way up the ladder, absolutely 100%, I'd respect you a whole lot more. But if you got to take to the internet and beg for a shot, or even just to be main event, or just to say, all I need is a title shot, well, take the freaking title. If you want it, I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? But I think if you don't earn it and you beg for it, I got no respect for that whatsoever.
I mean, I don't think you're going to give it to him. You may give him a shot at it, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, if that makes you feel important or whatever, then maybe we can get a company just to create a title and let them carry it. I don't know.
Create the internet title?
Yeah, maybe I'll just go buy like a big old cowboy belt buckle. We'll just call it the Squared Circle Championship or something like that and let them tote it around. They can each take a turn wearing it, or they can all wrap it around each other's waist together. Because as far as I'm concerned,
just call them the Facebook champions.
Facebook champions, you got it. I like it.
There's a phrase I can probably build up. Hold on. Give me time to think about this. Actually, I can put something together on that concept. Speaking of concepts, longtime fans around the area know about the bad blood between Team GCW and the Underground. Tonight marks the first time that anyone from Team GCW, from Global Championship Wrestling, is actually teaming up with a member of the Underground. Now, this has been met with some very, very long-standing questions from a number of fans. But one of the ones that I've been getting hit with, that actually the worst kept secret is, like I said during segment 1, the fact that I help with Global Championship Wrestling's media relations on the website. Did Spiral and Shane Fox not get the memo?
About the war?
No, about the truce. Because
absolutely not. Because the truce is between me and Mad Dog for one night for one match. It has nothing to do with truce between GCW and the Underground. Spiral still has his championship shot tonight. Which, by the way, if you want to call it a title, call it a title. But I say don't degrade it. It's a championship, and it's a brand new championship.
Yep.
It's been unveiled. Important match. So there's a difference between calling it truce and importance of a championship. What is it? The middleweight championship, right? GCW, brand new belt.
Yes.
Siege on the line for that one, so it outweighs a couple of young kids talking trash on Facebook. There's a lot more. There's some importance that outweigh that drama.
Now, Shane Fox and Spiral have had some great matches. And
great matches, earning their way to be main eventers.
And the last match ended in a double countout. Both men were outside the ring, unable to answer the 10 count. Well, the match tonight is no count out. We are going to take care of that little possibility. I want to see a winner. I want to see a new champion. I want to see that.
I want to see an Underground champion. You're right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
It's no count out, but not a no disqualification.
I haven't felt the need to put a disqualification stipulation in there.
I think you need to rethink that.
Well, the match has already been signed for tonight, so I'm not going to go back without telling them and reset the match.
I don't think they would mind if you put a no DQ in there too.
I will see. I will take that under advisement.
I mean, I'm just ask Micah. Would they mind if we put a no DQ in there with it?
I don't know about Fox, but I know 100% Spiral wouldn't care.
I mean, if you want to have a champion crowned tonight, let's just make sure there's no way that's not going to happen.
I mean, I can vouch for my guys, Eddie. You know that. The Underground guys, you can vouch for them all night long. Those guys would do anything. But be careful. If I was Shane Fox, I'd be careful what I asked for, because Spiral's talent hasn't been unleashed yet to 100% capacity. The reins are still reeled in on him. So if you want to go ahead and loosen those reins a little bit more tonight, feel free. Let it go.
I'm just saying, if you're presenting a brand new title tonight, whoever wins it, your guy Spiral or the GCW, wouldn't want to win it with a disqualification, would they?
I don't think you can win it with a disqualification.
Negative.
Can you, Eddie?
No, you can't.
It's got to be a pinfall or submission.
Yep.
Which would diminish from the title, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying, the title's not. If this match ends tonight by a DQ, we're not going to have a new champion.
Exactly. Wouldn't that diminish from your brand new title you're trying to unveil tonight?
If the match ends with a disqualification, I, in my right mind and with a clean heart, I cannot award the title that way.
Okay.
And I don't think any champion worth their medal would want a championship that way. So
I don't.
What I'm saying is take that out of the mix now.
I'm in for it. I don't know. I say do it. I don't see Shane Fox accepting a championship by a disqualification. I know Spiral's not going to accept it by disqualification. So pull the card, pull the disqualification out. Let him go at it.
I will get with the president of the company this afternoon when I get to Pell City, and we will discuss that possibility. That's the best way I can say it.
I like it. Now, if we could discuss with the committee to get rid of the athletic commission, then we could have a real. You could actually start hurting people.
Eddie doesn't allow me to talk about politics on this show, or I would give you my complete thoughts on Alabama.
Now, another match that you are indirectly involved in, because of the Underground, and B, because she's your wife, and she's also the GCW Women's Champion. And I made this statement. I've made it ever since the match has been inked. This triple threat match tonight: Tracy Taylor, the champion, versus Taylor Hendricks versus Tasha Simone. You have got three of the most gifted competitors. Three very talented competitors. Intelligent, athletic, strong, fast. All three have good ring savvy. I made the statement when I was going over for this match. Tracy has gone through some of the toughest competition in wrestling today. Taylor Hendricks has shown on a national television scale that she can hang. And Tasha Simone is a former multi-time women's world champion with the National Wrestling Alliance. Mike, in your opinion, does it get any bigger than this?
The only thing that would be bigger than this would be on a bigger stage. That's about it. So, it's, in my opinion, is it a waste? Absolutely not. This is a great opportunity. I got to say, it's a great opportunity for the fans in Alabama to be able to come out and watch women actually go at it and know how to wrestle and fight, and not go out there and just strut their stuff. Sorry, I almost started cursing. But to me, there's a big difference, and especially when a woman like, I'll toot my own horn, my wife, who looks good, who can wrestle good, you know what I mean? That's the best of both worlds. And giving the fans, I don't know, Robert Cosper, I mean, you're a fan, or I don't know, who calls you a Mark? Is that what they call you?
Yeah, who's Mark? I mean, I haven't found out who this guy is yet.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know a Mike.
Maybe we should hold a radio show on like where the term Mark came from, because I think people got it wrong. But anyway, I mean, does it get any better than that? I mean, that's like putting, you know what, the only match that I would like to see more than this one would be Mickie James versus Tracy Taylor, or Mickie James versus Tracy Taylor versus Melina Perez, because we trained with those girls up at OVW when I was in Louisville, and those girls, not only they look good, but they kick ass. And Tracy wasn't where she is today back at OVW with us. So I'd like to see those three just let them go. Just go out there, put them in the main event. Don't even waste your time and put them in first, second, third match after intermission. Those chicks are going to go out there and steal the freaking show, just like they probably will tonight. And give them the credit they deserve. Put them in the main event. They don't go on Facebook and beg for it. They deserve it. And I say let them showcase their talent, man.
Oh, I think you've got three greats in there. Tracy and Tasha Simone, just without throwing Taylor Hendricks in there, would be a classic. It's like you said, Micah, it's not a diva competition here or a beauty pageant. You've got three ladies that are attractive and can wrestle. I mean,
yeah. If I fight. They can't just wrestle; they can fight.
They can fight.
If they have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that don't want to tie up with any of the three, especially Tracy or Tasha. But it should be a great match. I mean, I would put it up there. It's definitely main event caliber. I got to agree with you there.
I genuinely believe this match could main event anywhere in the country, plain and simple.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now, let me go ahead and do this. Gentlemen, if I may, Ryan Adcock, one more round with Micah Taylor.
Let me just say this. I hope y'all are right, and I'm sure y'all are, because y'all know these ladies much better than I do. Because the fans are tired of seeing divas in the ring. They want to see, if you want to put women in the ring, they want to see them that can actually wrestle and fight and work.
Trust me, they can.
Yes,
I believe it.
Trust me, I wouldn't give that kind of a build up to a match that I didn't have full confidence in.
Yeah, they would be compared to what the TNA Knockouts division was before it became a diva competition.
Before Dutch left.
And they can actually wrestle. It's like it's another match on the card, and it's a good match. It's not a filler that provides you with some eye candy to pass the time.
Yeah, you know what? there's a lot of matches that a lot of people haven't seen of Tracy, and there was a few that were in Japan and a few that were in Hawaii because we had the Japanese girls come into Hawaii and wrestling while we were there. But there was a Japanese girl that used to wrestle for Sun and 01. Her name was Hikaru, and there was another one named Saki that were just badass, tough Japanese chicks. And when they got in there with Tracy, in fact, there was a triple threat. It was the two Japanese girls and Tracy, and it was in Hawaii. And they went out there, and I watched the guys, the wrestlers in the locker room were marks, if that makes you feel any better, Cosz. But they were marking out for the match. And exactly. But those are some good matches, and you can find Tracy on YouTube a lot. I don't even know who puts it on there sometimes, but there's Tracy Taylor versus Fuka was actually her first trip to Japan, and she went over there and wrestled. And if anybody knows Japanese wrestling, especially those females, it's like they got something to prove over there, and they beat the hell out of each other. So there's a lot of good matches. That's why, you know what, maybe Tracy's the best kept secret in pro wrestling, because there's a lot of matches out there of her that a lot of people don't even know about.
I didn't.
That exist, right? You know, and she's got some credibility. She's wrestled in Mexico. She's wrestled in Japan. She's wrestled, you know what I mean, in Canada. She's wrestled a lot of places. The only place she hasn't wrestled is England with myself, you know, or Nigeria. I won't let her go there because that's retarded. But she's got some talent. I think the biggest thing, I'm going to go on a tangent real fast, but I think the biggest thing that kills us is that we're married. And we're not willing to sleep our way for a job or go out and get sloppy drunk if that's what it takes to get a job. So we actually have a family and a life outside of, you know, the so-called squared circle.
Speaking of, I know at one point you were running the Underground School of Professional Wrestling, and I'd heard a rumor that you had actually put that on hold. Is that true?
We're back up and running this week. I actually had to put it on hold because we have our own private personal training and group fitness business here at the gym that we're at.
Throw the plug out there.
Yeah, I'll throw it out there. It's if you go to islandbeachbodies.com, you could find out more about it, and you could find it on Facebook at Island Beach Body LLC and Island Beach Bodies. But we do a whole lot of stuff here, and she had a gym she was working at that decided one day they were going to up and close, and those women needed a place to take classes, and laid down a hardwood floor, broke the ring down, but we still have a wrestling mat in there, so my guys know how to fall. So now it's time to technical wrestle, and personal training is just, it's kind of taken off, and we go out there, and it's intense. We created a new class this week that it's not even out there on the market, so I'm not going to explain to you what it is so somebody can steal it, but it's something that we're gonna copyright, and we've been freaking busy. We've been busy from 7 a.m. a lot. I'm here at 7 a.m. and I don't go until about 8:30 p.m.
Damn.
And training clients, teaching classes, man. We do Marine Corps boot camp for all those people that would like to know what it is to go through Marine training, but because you're too afraid to actually go join and serve your country, I could give you a taste of that. We do speed and agility. I got a couple high school kids that I teach and train for football and Pilates. The class called RIF, man. It's unreal. Like the people that come here, and it's unreal. You can actually see the progress a lot of people have made. Like Aiden Solo, he was 290 pounds when he came here, and now he's like 190, 200. Yeah, he's lost over 100 pounds.
Yeah, you
and
guys
that was
have done
because
a great job.
Yeah, he's amazing. He came in here, not even an athlete, never stepped foot in the ring, just a fan. I think he was in the marching band. And the guy is like, he's becoming, in the 2 years that he's been with me, he's becoming a well-oiled machine.
Now, see, that's a motivational poster for you right there. I mean, you can even make athletes out of band nerds. There's hope for them.
That's right. Well, you know what? There's a thing called athlete, and then there's a thing like the squared circle guys called accolete. They're guys who just act like athletes. So that's what we do here, man. We train and we turn guys into wrestlers.
And Cosz, for the record, I played football and was in the band. So
I don't doubt for 1 second that you were in the band. I have no doubt in my mind.
Was never in the Glee Club, however.
That's right.
Although I did
play the hell out of that skin flute.
It's a family show. Don't make me go behind your ears and say this is a family show.
PG-13 just went out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right. That's PG-14 now. That's all right.
I had that conversation with somebody yesterday in an email, but we won't go there. Now, it was bass clef baritone. Thanks for playing, and I also played percussion. Yeah.
There you go. You've lost me, brother. So that tells you what kind of band I was in. I don't even know what you're talking about.
We know what kind of band you were in, and I'm not going to talk about this. This is a family show. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Cosper, last call. One more round with Micah Taylor.
Well, Champ, I'm looking forward to tonight. Seeing you and Dan team up. Man, we haven't seen that in a long, long time. I think it's going to be great. And, I wish you luck. And I would say come prepared, though. I think the Squared Circle, from everything I've read, from everything I've heard, they seem like they're prepared as well. Should be a good show, man. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Hey, Micah, do me a favor. Go and throw the shameless plugs out there. Plus, I know you've got some other upcoming appearances in the near future. Throw those out there as well.
I do, man. You can always check us out. You can go to Micah Taylor 1 at Facebook. We have undergroundstrongstyle.com is our school wrestling page. Go to islandbeachbodies.com. That's our private personal training and group fitness page. It kind of tells you what we're about a little bit more. Tracy Taylor, there's all kind of stuff on her. I think you can follow her on Twitter at Eddie probably know it better than I do. There's the Island Girl TT, and I believe Island Beach Bodies.
Right.
At Island Beach Bodies is another one. She's really good at keeping up and posting and keeping everybody up to date on everything. Me, I'm not so good at it. But next
we'll get you in the mix. We'll teach you how.
And Tracy. What's that?
We'll get you in the mix. We'll teach you how it's done.
That's a secret. Just pretend like you don't know how to do it, and you have somebody else do it for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's
but next,
payday. Do that.
That's right. You can pay it right off. I think I'm getting bonused tonight, $500 if we win.
Damn!
So,
wow.
It's gonna be a good payday. Have that. Next Friday and Saturday we're in Charlotte. New promotion up there, Wrestle Cares. That's coming out. I'm really excited about that one because it's a different style wrestling and tournament. It's more of a amateur style wrestling, and you get 10 minutes to go out there, and whoever has the most pinfalls and submissions by the end of the 10 minutes wins that round. And so it's a pretty big tournament going out that leads into their first champion. I don't know if it's going to be, my understanding is it's going to be you win the tournament. I don't think there's an actual championship belt. I'm not sure on that one, but it's Les Thatcher's behind it. There's another guy, David, that's behind it, that out of California, and they're actually running shows in Charlotte and out in California, so that one's going to be good. Back to New Orleans, or not New Orleans, I'm sorry, Louisiana in September for Cassidy Riley out there, his wrestling promotion that drew over 1,000 people last time we ran it.
It's going to be September 14th, actually.
September 14th. So you know it better than I do. I just look at my calendar to see what's going on. There's a lot of good stuff. Tracy's going back to Shine next month to go out there and do her thing, and that's in Tampa, Florida. So I believe that one's on iPay-per-view, I believe, too, right?
I think it is.
Yeah, so that one's August 23rd and 24th. She'll be out there for that one. And then, of course, Rampage Pro Wrestling. Always involved in that one, when I can here close by in Georgia. But I guess I could keep rambling and keep going, but main thing is just check us out on Facebook. Keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter and websites and everything else.
And you did say Wrestling Cares a little while ago, right?
Yes, I did.
Well, I've also got an exclusive for everybody on August the 6th on the Tuesday night show. The owner of one of the owners, Dave, you said Dave, it's actually Dave we're talking to. One of the owners of Wrestling Cares will be here on the Beyond Ringside Tuesday night show. So we're looking for
awesome. Awesome. David Jackson, that's his name, right?
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. He's got a Facebook page too, and he actually plugged, I'm going to pull up his Facebook page right now, but he actually plugged GCW on there. It says he's got the flyer for tonight's show on his Facebook page, GCW
very
Pro
cool.
Wrestling on there. So it's pretty cool to have an owner and a guy with another company actually plugging the wrestlers of another company and looking out for each other. So, mad respect to him for that one.
Well, I've been called the Oracle of Shameless Promotion, right?
Absolutely.
Go to yahoo.com. They are running one of their features right now is a feature on the person who will be with us tonight in Pell City, Alabama, and that's Jake the Snake Roberts. That was actually their second window over on their little multi-screen. So, of course, I saw that, and the first thing I did was go straight down to the comments section and said, if there's pro wrestling fans in the state of Alabama, Jake the Snake Roberts will be in Alabama tonight with Global Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, and you know what? He's going to be there, and he's going to be sober. I was at RPW, Rampage Pro Wrestling, a few weeks back, and had him and Diamond Dallas Page there, and he was actually awesome to have in the locker room. It was great.
Cool.
And if anybody knows myself and Tracy, there's a Facebook page we got. I haven't been to in a while, but it's MANDT Gear. And we actually make wrestling gear when we can. I've been super busy last couple of months on it, but it was actually pretty cool to talk to Jake about maybe getting him some wrestling gear because he's ready to get back in the ring. So I marked out for that one.
There's that word again.
Yep.
Yeah, who's Mark? What did he do now?
Yep, he's a guy. He's a fan.
He all over the place. I don't know who Mark is, but damn it, he's all over the place. And I'll also sit back and say, if you're looking for different types of clothing, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I popped when I saw that the vest that Micah actually made for me a few weeks ago. And quality work, love it. And there's a couple more that I want to see if we can do those in different colors.
Oh, right on. Yeah, just got to find that material, and I'm ready to rock on it.
Just keep me posted. Let me know what you find out.
Got it. Man of many trades. That's what I am. Don't let it fool you.
Exactly. You and I are cut from the same cloth. My grandmother always said, never keep all my eggs in one basket, because that way if one breaks, the rest of them don't go splat. Mike, it's always Micah, it's always great to have you on board. Thank you for coming on this morning. Give Tracy our best, and we'll see you in Pell City in a few hours.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for having me, Eddie. Appreciate it. Cosz, hopefully we'll see you tonight. I think it's been a while, since we've seen you at a show.
It's been a while. I've got to clear my security. Enough people are mad at me. I got to clear my security to make sure I can get in the building.
Shoot. Hey, welcome to my world. It's never kept me out of a building.
Oh, I know. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. I'm most likely going tonight.
Yep. Any publicity is good publicity, as long as they're talking about you. That's all that matters.
As long as they spell my name right, I'm good.
I could be running for president right now, then. This would be great.
There you go.
That's right. Sounds good. And your other partner, I forgot his
Ryan.
name. What's your name again? Ryan,
yeah, Hitman, yeah, that's me.
Ryan, sorry about that, man. So, thanks for having me.
Sorry,
man.
bro.
I appreciate it.
Good luck tonight, man. Teaching boys some respect.
I think respect and some manners. That'd be a good one.
Grammar lessons wouldn't hurt either. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest at this time, pro wrestling's best kept secret, the GCW heavyweight champion, the 0-1 Max US champion, Micah Taylor, right here on Beyond Ringside. Hang tight. We're going to be back on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network right after this.
This is the sound of a flat-screen television hurled off a building. Now the new bike your kid wants. These are the things you could have, all cast into oblivion. Because when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have bought with it. Use Energy Star light bulbs and appliances, and you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep. There was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck for Dave 2037 so he can buy anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman. What are you getting Steve 2037?
Steve 2037 will be just fine.
Well, okay, but don't expect to borrow my anti-gravity boots.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Can you tell if the leftovers from this dinner party are beginning to grow bacteria that could lead to severe diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps? Listen. You can't see it either. Get leftovers into the refrigerator as soon as possible. Spoiled leftovers can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Hello?
Hi, I found your name on the internet. I'm going through a foreclosure. Can you help?
Sure, it's simple. We'll just leverage your transitory expenditures into a fiduciary trust, and we massage those assets before your money goes into my private account.
I don't get it.
If you're facing foreclosure, who should you trust? The Hope Hotline is a free resource connecting you with HUD-approved housing counseling agencies, available 24 hours a day, who can give you the information and clarity you need. Call the Hope Hotline at 888-995-HOPE. That's 888-995-4673. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a pep talk that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You can improve your future. Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and for free classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day. If you stack their desks one atop the other, it's a pile more than 17,000 feet high. That's 12 Empire State Buildings. But what's truly scary is that another stack is going up tomorrow. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
I want to finish
school
and then go to
college
to be able to
graduate
and have
the future
my parents couldn't have. Because I know that
going to college
is the best thing I can do for my
future.
The words of a parent help to build the future of a child. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund has the information to help your kids go to college. Visit yourwordstoday.org or call 1-877-HSF-8711. Sponsored by the Hispanic Scholarship Fund and the Ad Council.
You might know me, I'm 50 Cent. You may follow my tweets, my Facebook friends. Odds are a few in 6 degrees separate us. We're that close. What's crazy is 1 in 6 don't know where their next meal is coming from. These are your co-workers, your neighbors, your friends. Hunger's too close for us to ignore. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank to see how you can make a difference. From one close friend to another, let's do this. I'm 50 Cent, and together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
Want to help those affected by Hurricane Sandy? To donate, visit sandy.adcouncil.org. That's sandy.adcouncil.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
If your walls could talk, what would they say? I have sent children into fits of rage.
I am responsible for a child's speech impediment.
I am the reason a child can't read. Just because you can't see lead paint doesn't mean it's not on walls, doors, windows, and sills. Today, lead paint poisoning affects over 1 million children. If your home was built before 1978, log on to leadfreekids.org or call 800-424-LEAD.
Brought to you by the Coalition to End Childhood Lead Poisoning, EPA, HUD, and the Ad Council.
You feel petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments, not knowing what to do. You do nothing. But if you do something, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about your options. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Psst, hey, I'm down here at your feet.
Wait, you're a basketball.
Yes, the basketball. The kids left me here a long time ago. Man, I miss flying through the air and hearing those shouts of joy. Could you give me a little air and remind the kids of how fun I still am?
Okay.
Great, let's get bouncing.
As Native American parents and caregivers, our encouragement to healthy lifestyles for our kids is helping them get outside and play. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov/Indian Country. Brought to you by USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
This is Lisa Edelstein from House. On TV, the good doctors aren't always easy to spot, but it is easy to spot the good that Barasa Ware is doing as a local health worker in Ethiopia. Every day he helps the children of his village survive. When you help local health workers like Barasa, you're one step away from helping children survive all over the world. See where the good goes at goodgoes.org and find out all the ways you can help the good go further. Brought to you by Save the Children and the Ad Council.
Arr! We be under attack! Man the long nine! Arr! Prepare to be boarded! Flagship starboard bow! What? No, not by the enemy flagship, by garbage! Me beautiful ocean be full of it these days. Many of folk don't know that when they throw their trash on the ground, it eventually makes its way into the ocean. So lend us a hand by always recycling and disposing of your trash properly. And learn more what you can do to keep the ocean healthy at keepoceansclean.org. Brought to you by the Keep Oceans Clean Alliance and the Ad Council.
Surprise! Welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live Saturday morning. Anything can happen around here. It's been chaos back behind the scenes. Thank you to Micah Taylor for joining us. And just as the phone was hanging up, and this is the reason why we've been running along in that stop set. First off, I want to go ahead and say, Ryan Adcock, HitmanBDC, come on back in. Glad to have you.
I'm here, buddy.
Robert Cosper, Cause and Effect, come on back in. Glad to have you.
I'm here, man.
And folks, like I said, the reason we ran long is there are times when decorum gets thrown out the window and everybody's timing is just ultimately perfect. I would like to welcome in at this time to Beyond Ringside, Cody O'Connor, Jake Cole, representatives of the Squared Circle. Gentlemen, welcome into Beyond Ringside.
How you doing, Eddie? Good evening, Commissioner. How you doing?
Well, Commissioner and host of a radio show twice in 1 week. Damn, I got to love this place. First off, thank you for calling in. Greatly appreciated. And like I said, we were talking off air. We were trying to get everything settled out because I know the two of y'all were slightly upset at some of the comments that were laid out there by Micah Taylor just a minute ago. And, you know, the opinions of the guest are the opinions of the guest on that one. But I'm gonna give y'all both an open forum for just a second for those who have not had a chance. And like I said, we're going to go back a little bit and I'll give you both a minute or so to give everybody a little bit of the track record and the history because we haven't had a chance to do full interviews over on the Beyond Ringside side of life, especially not Saturday morning. Jake Cole, do me a favor, if you would, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm a guy who doesn't give a crap about authority, that's for sure.
Oh, we know that.
I'm a guy who likes to expose idiots like yourself. Haven't been in this business long, but I've been in it long enough to know that there's a bunch of ass clowns behind the scene pushing buttons and trying to control people's minds. I'm just not going to have that. So that's what I am.
So in other words, you're a card-carrying conspiracy theory debunker, right?
Call it what you want. I'll put my foot in the back of your neck, you'll be thinking differently.
Okay. Cody O'Connor, come on board if you would, please. Give everybody a little bit of the background of Cody O'Connor.
Well, as you probably already know to my social media statuses, everybody pretty much knows what I have to say. But instead of me talking about myself, I would like to reiterate on some of these outrageous comments that Micah Taylor has made in his previous talk with you. The first one I would like to bring up is this Mr. Aiden Solo that he was talking about.
Yes.
If I were to remember correctly, Aiden Solo came in with a German gimmick, and if I remember correctly, couldn't get over with the crowd very well at all. So he had to join the underground just to get some heat.
Okay.
And, well, I've got a few more things if you want me to keep rolling.
Take your shots, man.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Take your shot.
Okay, I was going to say, Michael wanted to bring up his son, which actually I had a confrontation with because I was talking to Micah about something, and his 17-year-old son started in whenever it should have been Micah being the man of the household taking care of it, not his 17-year-old son. So if you look at it that way, Micah Taylor is kind of a bad parent, in my opinion.
Okay.
But, you know,
Hey, can I elaborate on that real quick?
Sure.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Cody, but let me go ahead and say this. The best kept secret himself said that, you know, nothing really bothers him when you talk about him except when you talk about dealing with his money or dealing with his family. Well, tonight, if that sissy bitch don't show up and his wife does, I'll always settle for his loved ones.
Okay. Now, the two of you and your the other representative of the squared circle, Jeremy Foster, you've all three had, before all this happened, I'm gonna shoot from the hip on this one.
Go for it.
You all, the three of you, had great runs in Global Championship Wrestling. Cole, you were fast-tracked, larger than life, and given a world title, given a GCW title opportunity, and deservedly so. But unfortunately, that match was a loss for you by tap out, by submission to Micah Taylor, if I remember my notes correctly. Cody, you and Jeremy were one of the most popular tag teams, high definition. And I remember the night, your final night in Palmerdale before you got ready to move to Florida. And High Def rode one more time. The two of you were winners of the JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament for Global. You were GCW Tag Champs. I mean, and that was also in a remarkably short amount of time that y'all climbed the ranks. But yet,
yes, sir.
But yet the three of you sit back and say that you're disrespected, that you're overlooked. Jake, I'm going to turn to you. Go ahead.
Well, you know, it's just like, you know, every time Micah or Mad Dog gets on here, they want to bring up titles and we want this and we want that. It's not about titles. It's about being put in matches that are worth more than opening or mid-card, because we are the guys that climb the ladders that fast, not the Aiden Solos or the sensational Steve Styles who throws his magnificent drop kicks. We believe that we are close to the top of the best in GCW. And if people do not want to recognize that, we believe that it is our time to take it upon ourselves to do what we have to do to show people and to make sure that people know that we are some of the top guys in GCW. We do not take away from Micah Taylor. We do not take away from Spiral. They're all great wrestlers. But what do they have that we don't have? What, Micah has 40, 50 pounds on us, maybe, something like that, maybe a little bit more. But other than that, weight does not amount for anything.
Okay. HitmanBDC, question you'd like to ask or comment for Cody or Jake?
Maybe what they have is respect. I mean, maybe they've earned as much as what you're trying to earn, but they didn't go through social media to get it.
Listen here, Hitman. The reason this whole thing started back in May at Global Warfare. It was GCW versus the Underground. But it really wasn't that. The bigger picture was it was Sawyer versus Taylor. but we were just patsies pulled into this freaking war to fight their battles. It's always like that. Young and innocent go to war for the old idiots. And them guys are tyrannical bastards that, try to pull their weight around and use these young guys to fight their problems out. So you think tonight they can coexist? No. Absolutely not. And about respect, I haven't been shown a bit of respect since day one, since I began training under Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. I haven't got any respect. So if you want to talk about respect and earning it, I think I've already earned it. And tonight, I'm going to beat some respect out of them. Maybe we can get it then. Does that answer your question?
And also, before somebody answers that question, I would also like to follow up my fellow partner in the Squared Circle's comment along with a quote that I wrote down today that says, "We do not deny that we planned sabotage. We did not plan it in the spirit of recklessness, nor because we have any love of violence. We planned it as a result of a calm assessment of the political situation that had arisen after many years of tyranny." Just like him going back and saying that it's not about GCW in the underground, it's about Mad Dog and us using us to have his back, and Micah using the underground to have his back. We're the patsies to the two main guys. And I mean, how long are we supposed to sit around and wait to be the patsies when we feel like we should be some of the top guys? I don't care about getting belts. I want to be the guy that steps in the ring with Micah every night, or I want to be the guy that steps in the ring with Spiral every night. I don't care about a belt. The belt means nothing to me. It's a piece of gold.
Or silver.
Or silver, whatever you want. Bronze, who knows what they are.
Middleweight title silver. If you haven't seen it, dude, it's beautiful. Trust me, you'd want this belt. No, I can.
I'll call it. It is a very nice belt, but that's not my point I'm trying to make.
I know what you're trying to say, and believe it or not, I understand what you're saying, and I respect your position on that. I can easily see where you would feel that way, because when it went into the 12-man cage elimination, Team GCW versus the Underground, Sawyer basically came to y'all and asked y'all to step up in his behalf on that, because of the war that was taking place between Mad Dog Dan Sawyer and the Underground. I see your perspective. I really do. I have no problem admitting the fact. I can understand where you're coming from. Cosper, come on in with Jake Cole and Cody O'Connor.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Thank you, sir. We need to have you guys on too. But I definitely see your point, guys. Cole, yeah, definitely. You were pushed fast, and you got some shots fast. Where Cody and Jeremy Foster set, being two-time tag team champions, Cody?
Yes, sir.
You're JYD tournament winner. You guys have definitely had the honors. There's no doubt. And if you sit back and watch the war between GCW and Underground, you guys were definitely lost in the shuffle. Because everything would build up to Mad Dog and Micah, or however you wanted to break it down, and it would overshadow things you guys did, and I can see why you want some attention. But we're still kind of back to the point of the same thing I told Micah. I had no problem the way you guys use social media to get the spotlight on you. But it's definitely put up or shut up time tonight. Are you guys ready?
We've been ready. That's why we've been talking about it for the past month and a half.
All right. Well, tonight is definitely the time you got to back all that talk up.
It's not going to be a matter of backing up the talk. It's going to be a matter of, Jeremy and Jake are going in there with one thing on their mind, and that is to kill. We don't know who's going to win the match, but we do know that by the end of the match, Mad Dog and Micah Taylor will hopefully have a little bit more respect for us and quit calling us and saying we're crying about titles and we're little kids and we're doing this and we're doing that. I mean, that's just kind of disrespectful to us. I mean, yeah, we've said stuff about Micah and Dan, but yet again, just like we just announced a second ago, we've been used as nothing more than patsies for GCW. We've always had the boys back, and where has that recently got us? Nothing. I mean, honestly, it really hasn't got us much lately. And you know, I've been in the business for 5 years, and I'm only 22 years old. So at some point, you know, me, Jake, and Jeremy, we've all got to step up. And if it means pissing off the fans and making people hate us because we're trying to do the right thing and progress our profession, then that's what we're going to do. And it doesn't matter who stands in our way. We might get beat up a couple of times, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to know that we're coming there to fight, and we're coming there to prove that we are some of the top guys in this company.
And that's what I told you and Jeremy earlier this year on Cause and Effect when you guys were on. Don't worry about the fans. You got to take care of yourself. The fans are holding you up, sitting out there and trying to play up to them and get their attention and get them to love you. They're keeping you from doing what you need to do in the ring, and you're definitely you're gonna get that chance to earn that respect tonight that you were talking about.
And
Micah,
you know, and that's the funny thing too. You know, ever since me and Jeremy have had our run in GCW, we've went out, we've shook the hands, we've kissed the babies, we've done everything, and now we finally took it upon ourselves to do something to try to shake it up, further our progression in this business, and it was just like the flip of a switch. Everybody has turned on us. So who is the real this? Is it us because we're trying to do something different and make ourselves better? Are we the bad guys for doing that just because some people that drink the Kool-Aid of GCW can't understand what we're trying to do with this?
I don't think you're the bad guys at all. I think.
And I'll let
go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll let, after you get done, Cosper, I'll let Jake go ahead and rant for a few minutes because I've been taking notes because I was listening to a little bit of Micah Taylor, and I just felt like I needed to say a couple of things that was pretty much just practically not downright out lies, but a lot of it is just him talking trash and trying to seem like we're some young punks and this and that and the other, when it's not that. I have respect for Micah Taylor. I have respect for Dan Sawyer. I have respect for most of the guys in the back until we started doing what we were doing, and they all turned a blind eye to us when we were all supposed to be quote-unquote boys in the locker room. So that will be my last statement. I'll let Jake do some stuff, and if y'all have any more further questions for me, I will be more than happy to answer those.
Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jake for just a second and go ahead and put the final comments on this because we're actually past about the network break. But, Cole, I'll give you 90 seconds.
All right. Last thing I want to talk about is Micah Taylor himself. He calls himself the best-kept secret. Well, I know what his secret is. He's too busy going to Victoria's Secrets and purchasing himself a little something sexy to wear for Tracy here and there. Also, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, when you weigh 400 pounds, you know, it's going to be hard to pick you up. That's why we're not going to pick you up. We're just going to cut you down at the knees, keep you on the ground, and see if that broken body can get up. And we're not going to try to break your body first. We're going to try to break your soul. Because we all know you're a soulless bastard anyway. And as my man Foster, who is currently not on this phone call because he's actually getting stuff ready for tonight, he's going to show the fans at the Square Circle is all about the people, and we're going to give back tonight. Just remember that. Foster has a gift for you all.
Folks, it's going to take place tonight. This week has flown by, and it's tonight. Jake Cole, Jeremy Foster, representatives of the Squared Circle, facing GCW Heavyweight Champion Micah Taylor and Mad Dog Dan Sawyer with Team GCW at Global Championship Wrestling, Pell City Civic Center on Stemley Bridge Road tonight. Doors open, 7 o'clock. Bell time, 7:30 p.m. Gentlemen, I would like to say I'd like to thank you for keeping a modicum of decorum during this segment. I greatly appreciate it. And gentlemen, I will see, Cody, I will see you next time you make it up into Birmingham. Cole, I will see you tonight.
That's right. Yes, sir. Thank you. Let me get some stuff off my chest.
Not a problem, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special surprise guest at this time, Cody O'Connor, Jake Cole. He's still out of control. Representing the Squared Circle right here on Beyond Ringside. Folks, hang tight. We'll be back on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network right after my dumbass finds that damn button. There it is.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear sighting, as in Smokey Bear.
Continue.
I was burning yard waste. He told me to remember that if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
You know, 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
I know that now.
As usual, the talking bear gets all the credit. Always burn responsibly and contact your local fire department for open burning regulations. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take a deep breath in and let go of the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you hit that piñata into your neighbor's yard. Let it go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Move Time Radio, presented by the Arthritis Foundation. Yeah, get down and dance. You hear that? That's the sound of arthritis pain being moved, grooved, hustled, shuffled, juke, jive, junked, funked, shimmied, shook, and boogied. See, movement is just one of the ways to help fight osteoarthritis pain. Another is weight loss. You get rid of just 1 pound, that's 4 pounds of pressure off each knee. For more information on managing pain, wind and grind on over to fightarthritispain.org. This message brought to you by the Arthritis Foundation and the Ad Council.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park? Getting frisky in the dark, I gave your eye a poke. I think the dog is also in the bed. Do I smell smoke, you and me? We never ever give up.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices. Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. The only thing I didn't learn in school today is why no one ever helps.
It has been a raucous morning, and that's putting it kindly. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside, July 27, Saturday morning showcase. Fast Eddie Layne behind the control panel. Robert Cosper, come on back in.
What's going on, Eddie?
HitmanBDC. What's up, Ryan?
I'm here, brother.
You didn't think I was going to remember to put the initials on, did you?
I hope so.
There you go.
Gimmick your Bridgeville with Brett.
Or Vince.
Or Vince.
I'd be afraid of Vince before I'd be afraid of Brett right now. No, Brett has more fans. I'd be afraid of Brett.
Exactly.
First off, Micah Taylor, thank you for coming on board this evening. Greatly appreciated. To our special surprise guest, Cody O'Connor, Jake Cole, representing the Squared Circle. Gentlemen, great to have y'all on this morning. See, told you, you never know what's going to happen on Beyond Ringside. Whether it be Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, does not matter. Want to remind everybody that Wednesday nights here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, you can catch the Wicked Nemesis and Tasha Simone for the To Be Determined show, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific. TBD, Pro Wrestling Radio, uncensored. Unlike the rest of the network, and we all know the running gag about that right now, right? Right. Remy, thank you for dropping into the chat room this morning. Fire Biscuit, great to see you pop through the chat room. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to catch over there sooner. I want to say a couple of things real quick. Number one, to Phil Stamper, the Phenom Phil Stamper. Thank you for coming on this past week. Also, great to have Justin Rosenberg back on the cast to be on Ringside. From that vantage point, this coming Tuesday night, got a couple of big surprises. Longtime listeners are going to know these names. DJ Texas Bull Rider going to be rejoining me in the two-chair this coming Tuesday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. First time, and Angel and I have been having some great conversations over the last couple of weeks, and looking forward to having her back on Full Scale, back on here on Beyond Ringside, the Tuesday night edition. Also, longtime friends of the family, you will remember this name, the Master of Malice, Mark James. Mark, good friend of ours here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Mark will be joining us this coming Tuesday night, approximately 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So we're working on the timing. You heard us make the reference to one of the owners of Wrestling Cares coming on, and that is going to be August the 6th. Tomorrow, July 28th, we are slated to be joined by DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling. Looking forward to it. The full Ringside Roundtable in play tomorrow. Wick, Tosh, I think Ted Guinness is going to try to join us. Maybo may just photobomb. You never know what's going to really, not kidding. It could happen. Don't blink. And I don't mean Kenny Chesney, don't blink. All right? Thanks. If you blink, it could go click, click, boom. Thank you, Josie Scott. One of the few good songs I actually put out. Well, no, the first album was good. The second album sucked.
Would you like to know why that is?
Easy, because he teamed up with Chad Kroger to do Hero.
Negative. You know who produced their first album?
Who?
That'd be Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
Of course.
And then they decided they didn't want him anymore. And how did the second album sound?
Sucked. Not that good. I think there were 2 songs on there that were decent. But when you have to nickname one of your songs after one of your songs on your first album, Superstar 2, come on.
You're out of material then. Yeah.
Well, remember, I think Metallica actually did that on Reload when they created Unforgiven 2.
And that sucked too.
Yeah, it did. I'm sorry. Anything past... Okay, the Black Album I enjoyed, but anything Ride the Lightning and earlier, that's where I'm a Metallica fan. Fade to Black...
You got to put a Justice for All in there too.
That's pre-Ride the Lightning.
Yes, no, it's after Ride the Lightning. Trust me. Ride the Lightning and Justice for All and then the Black Album.
Okay, I got my chronology backwards because I thought And Justice for All was before the Ride the Lightning.
No, and Justice for All was the first album that Jason Newsted was on after Cliff Burke died.
Blitzkrieg. Actually, one of my favorite songs by Metallica all time, Am I Evil, which is not included on certain copies of the CD. You have to go that as an import. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Yeah, you guys wake me up with the Headbangers Balls over here.
Okay, we'll start talking. Hey, Cosz, just for you, we'll start talking about Michael Bublé and One Direction.
No, but if we could turn.
No, then you wake me up.
If you want to get towards Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, I'm right there with you.
Oh, dude, Rat Pack, I can talk about all day long.
Yeah, me too.
Have y'all had a chance to catch the boxing showcase that they have had on the NBC Sports Network yet? Have y'all managed to catch it on your apps?
No, I don't mess with anything NBC, man.
They actually, now, if the NBC Sports Network, first off, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, one of my favorite sports-related shows, The Dan Patrick Show. Monday through Friday, great show, love it, catch it every chance I get. Actually,
come out. Actually, it just got on the NBC Network. It was on DirecTV and Audience Network first.
No, actually, it was on Fox Sports Net before it was on NBC Sports Network.
But it was on the Audience and DirecTV first. DirecTV was the first one to carry it.
Okay, I don't have DirecTV. I do not know that.
Yeah, well, I do. So
there you go. I'm on cable. You're on satellite. There you go. We can have that.
Well, cable didn't want to come out in the woods where I live, so I had to do something.
Well, they suck.
I can feel Brooks Logan now trying to promo some DirecTV on the radio show now. I feel it coming.
Oh, Remy, that's funny. I have to do this, Cosz. You'll appreciate this, Ryan. You'll have to. We'll bring you up to full speed on everything going on. Remy made the statement in the chat room. It's sad, but I'm starting to get the same response when I mention Ted Guinness as I mentioned Jake Roberts. Everybody is like, "Is he still alive?" Oh, snap! Oh, snap! I know there's some things in this world I should never say, and all snap is one of them. Okay. And right about
and you said it on consecutive shows now.
Thank you.
He picked that saying up during his marching band days.
Not.
Yeah, I got a comment about that, by the way.
Go ahead.
There's no way you can play in the marching band and play on the football team at the same time.
Oh yeah, there
That's
is.
not possible.
When they don't let you play football and demote you to the band, yes, there's a way.
Okay, let's play this now.
Okay, that may be true.
Let's play this. Freshman, sophomore, junior years, I was in the marching band. Now, after that, I did not say I was playing football and in marching band. I said I was playing football and in the band.
So what I'm hearing is you got tired of being picked on while you were in the band, and in your senior year you went out for football.
Actually, me and about 5 or 6 other. And considering the fact that one day I was working out during junior year, and one of the football coaches came in and saw me leg press 500 pounds. He's like, "And you're not playing football? Why?" Need I say more?
Do we have any witnesses to this event?
Yes, we do. Actually, my max is 725, and that's been a few years ago. I don't think I could do that today, but I used to work out regularly with 625, 650.
Dude, right now you couldn't carry 725 with a car.
I could drive 725. I could drive 7.25 miles an hour. That'd be no problem either. Just move the decimal point. We're good. No, I have not been to the gym in quite a while, and I openly admit that. Yes, I'm in a weird shape right now, and I think it's called pear. But but that's just me. No, seriously though. Earlier this week, I had an opportunity last Sunday night. A good friend of the family, Michael the Godfather Gibbons, is going to be fighting tonight up in Colliersville, Tennessee, at a special event at the Harley Davidson. The Harley Davidson dealership up there is putting this event on, and I wish I had it right here in front of me because I would love to be able to mention more about it. Do me a favor, hang tight 1 second. Let me pull this up.
Way to be prepared there, radio host.
No, I've got so many different things running through my head right now, because there are events all around the country, and a number of which I wanted to talk about. Tonight, Charity Fight Night at Bumpus Harley Davidson, 325 South Byalga Road in Colliersville, Tennessee. Once again, good friend of ours, extended nothing, Beyond Ringside family, Michael the Godfather Gibbons, who's actually joined us on a number of different boxing interviews here on the network. For our friends up in the volunteer state, around the Nashville area, definitely Colliersville. Check it out. It is going to be a great night. The fight night is in association with a local anti-bullying campaign. They are also going to be having a silent auction tonight for a number of different boxing-related memorabilia pieces. There's going to be 12 fights on the card. General admission seating's $35, VIP's $50, and I don't know if they've got tables left available. But like I said, we were originally going to try to have the promoter for the event on this past Tuesday, but unfortunately it just did not happen. There's another organization that, the reason why I asked about the NBC Sports Network, they have a mixed martial arts event called the World Series of Fighting. I've had a chance to catch a lot of one of the episodes. I catch a lot of MMA. I've caught one of the episodes of World Series of Fighting. And they have an event coming up in the very near future. Now, I know you don't get a chance to catch NBC Sports Channel depending on availability, but by the same token, if you get a chance to catch it on an app or something like that, and you get a chance to see some of the MMA shows that they're putting up together on the NBC Sports Network, it's actually pretty cool. They've got some great fighters coming in, and I'm not going to say same level as Bellator, because I don't know, Bellator does a good job of bringing in young fighters and bringing in experienced fighters. So I would have to sit back and say that NBC is trying to do the right thing as far as mixed martial arts, and they're trying to get everybody the exposure they deserve, because the UFC's pretty much tried to have a stranglehold, and then Bellator signed the deal with Spike, which it was on Thursday after Impact, but now it's moved over to Wednesday night, which I'm good with. My DVR can record Wednesday just as quick as it can Thursday. But
yeah, because everybody's clicking off after wrestling because it sucks.
Everybody's clicking off during wrestling because it's... I don't want to get back on Impact for one simple reason. The inconsistency is always very consistent with Impact.
Yeah, so it's like watching the death of WCW. You start one angle, and then the next week that angle's totally gone, and it's changed. Just like it's completely predictable right now that it's just a matter of time till Anderson and Bully Ray split apart in the Aces and Eights and start a feud there. It's just a matter of time.
It wouldn't surprise.
Let me reiterate something right here.
Go ahead.
Just to go back to what Cosz is talking about. The perfect example. 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, when Austin Aries was under the whatever suicide manic, whatever the hell you want to call it, I thought that was a great angle. I was actually surprised. It's a way to get Austin Aries back in the world title picture. And the next week, nothing.
Yeah, you haven't heard anything else. And I mean,
nothing.
Was that even Aries under the mask on Thursday? I'm convinced it was Kazarian. But
no, it was TJ. The kid they're trying to put over is Manic.
I can't follow the Manic gimmick. This is how much I follow TNA lately. I just figured they changed the Manic name because of suicide was too offensive to the fan base or something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I really enjoyed. Now I watched the replay last night, but I really enjoyed how Borash slipped up and called him suicide, and Tenay quickly recovered. No, that's Manic. Manic was a great move, not suicide.
What was the other snafu that took place early? Oh, yeah. In a totally unrelated issue, I was watching one of the network shows, and I'm not going to say which one it is because I like the network and I always get heat every time I bring it up. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. was making an appearance talking NASCAR and talking about the upcoming race and some of the personalities that are currently in NASCAR. And he actually, I about fell on my backside, flipped out of my chair when he actually said, the Nextel Cup. Junior, where have you been for the last few years? It's been the Sprint Cup for how long now? It hasn't been called the Nextel Cup in how long? And you're NASCAR's most popular freaking driver.
With his pedigree, though, it wouldn't be surprised if he called it the Winston Cup.
Yeah,
I would have,
exactly.
dude, I'd have marked out for that so huge. I would have popped for that so huge, plain and simple, for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to sit there and call it the Winston Cup. Hello, Fast Eddie Layne's in the house. I'm there. I will buy you a case of Mountain Dew. Screw the endorsement deal. And I don't drink Mountain Dew. I don't have to clean my swimming pool this week.
Watch out. Hot Ice is going to take offense to if you start downing Mountain Dew.
And it's kind of like I drink Green Monster. Dude, I have to say this, and I know this is going to be totally off the cuff. The cranberry Red Bull doesn't suck.
How in the world have we gotten from wrestling to cranberry Red Bull?
We just jump all over the place on this one. Well, we brought up Mountain Dew, and it immediately popped in my head. Yeah, I could actually drink Green Monster. I can't drink Amp. Amp sucks. Now,
yeah, Monster is probably next to Red Bull, of course. Monster's probably my favorite energy drink. I've tried to lay off all of them altogether there.
Now, for the record, let me get this in real quick before we go back full topic. I was making a reference to the World Series of Fighting. I just got the info in about 2 seconds ago. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. World Series of Fighting 4, Spong versus Deanda, takes place on Saturday, August the 10th at Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario, California. The evening's 5-fight main card, including the fighters I just mentioned, including Sifo and Huckabee, and Newell and Caldwell, will air live on the NBC Sports Network. For those in the area in Ontario, California, tickets for the event start at $29 and are currently on sale at AXS.com. Also available at the Citizens Business Bank Arena box office, and you can charge by phone. Check it out, like I said, and thank you once again. It is so greatly appreciated. Jim Hunter, thank you for sending that information over. And this is the part that both of you are going to kill me over, because I'm just going to say this on air. We've been invited to participate in the World Series of Fighting 4 conference call for media this coming Wednesday, so we will see how that works out. Good friend of the family. One of our new best friends, Nate Stein, very kind enough to send over a list of some of the events that are going on this weekend. And let me go ahead and hit a couple of these real quick. Magnum Wrestling tonight, July 27th at the Eagles Club, 1530 Avenue F in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Looking forward to hearing about that. G1 Pro Wrestling in Bayville, New Jersey at the Bayville Elks Lounge, or Elks Club, or Elks Building, 247 Atlantic City Boulevard. Very nice, very nice. Ring of Honor Wrestling is going to be at the Rhode Island Convention Center in Providence, Rhode Island tonight. Now, from what I understand, and if my notes are still correct, because I normally keep very solid track over at over at ROHWrestling.com, the fact that tonight they will be putting together everything to decide a new world champion. So I know that they were originally planning to do their cage fight, but that got changed when Jay Briscoe was hurt. And I don't have, let's see, that is going to be, that is tonight, Providence, Rhode Island. In just a little while, as a matter of fact. Adam Cole, Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, and ACH, Adam Page, and Silas Young, all involved, either in first round or qualifying matches. Proving ground match tonight. World Tag Team Champions Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly take on the Forever Hooligans, Rocky Romero and Alex Kozlov. Nice. Very nice. It's actually a national television taping will take place up there. And this is one that I would love to find out if it was going to be pay-per-view, because the minute I get home from Global tonight, I would buy it because of the talent that is going to be on Ring of Honor. And don't forget, right around the corner for our friends in the state of Alabama, Ring of Honor is coming to Birmingham, Alabama, Saturday night, September the 7th. So
that'd be one worth going to.
I think it would. Also scheduled to appear, ROH TV champion Matt Taven, the CNC Wrestle Factory, Tadarius Thomas, Mike Seidel, and Sizu Midu. I can't pronounce his name to save my ass. They're called #Party Boys. And of course, good friend of ours here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, Nigel McGuinness, will be tonight in Providence. So definitely, for those who are up in that area, check it out. The tournament, 7:30 p.m. bell time. You do not want to miss this. They are on a search to crown a new ROH World Champion, and I hope if everything is what they say it is, I really hope Jay's condition improves quickly, speedy recovery all the way across the board. And there is a tag team match that I would love to be able to see tonight at the Providence show, and it's actually one of the main events. Kevin Steen, Tommaso Ciampa, and Michael Elgin taking on BJ Whitmer and the American Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. Dude, if that's not going to be a knockdown, drag-out wrestling match, I don't know what the hell is. That would be one that would be worth the price of admission right there. Cosz, you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I hadn't watched as much Ring of Honor lately, but yeah, absolutely, man. Anything they put out, good stuff. I just hadn't had a chance to follow it lately.
Hitman, your thoughts?
Well, anything they put out other than putting Matt Hardy in the ring, because that's awful to watch.
Yeah,
I was hoping we'd go one episode without saying those two words, Hat Marty.
Well,
You brought it up.
I can tell you this, shifting gears just a little bit, that the link you sent me for that NWA Championship International Wrestling, that was a well put together show. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Other than the one part where they, being NWA, they were promoing a Damian Wayne matchup, and of course they went over to Southern All-Star Wrestling and had to endure Nick Nitros, which I can't say it enough, that is the worst commentator in the history of wrestling. But other than that, it was a great show.
I don't know. At least he doesn't make my head hurt like the two guys that are on TNA now.
Dude, I've sat through Nick Nitros twice now, and both times I've gone and taken an ibuprofen. He literally gives me a headache. I prefer
I don't know.
And
I like Sinead, but Borash makes my head hurt.
Yeah, this guy's worse. It's a great show, but his commentary it's horrible. Eddie, have you heard him yet?
No, and we have to remember, not everybody can be Fast Eddie Layne and Ted Guinness.
No, I understand that, but this is not even in the ballpark, man. It's
was that I heard you clapping yourself on the back as you made that comment?
Who, me? Would I ever do anything like that? Would I ever?
That microphone will travel.
Would I ever mark out for myself or put myself over like that?
You really don't want me to answer that question.
You should have already answered it, dude. I had the comeback ready.
I believe I did.
Okay. Does the word yes ring a bell? Oh, and by the way, another thing that I really like about the NBC Sports Channel right now is they're showing the women's beach volleyball.
That's always easy to look at.
You're damn right.
Yeah,
Fun to watch.
Now, that might be worth looking it up now.
My hormones are definitely in check. I'm good to watch. I'm good to go on this TV show. Something about athletic women playing on the beach. I'm good. Now,
Gabriella Reek is always on the list.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was trying to figure. I think this is Team Canada playing. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look. I got distracted by the outfits. Now there is.
Is that really what you got distracted by? Was the outfits
or the lack thereof?
Oh, okay. I just think so. Maybe we need to check something about you.
Lack of outfit can be distracting.
Yes, it can. Thank you. Superheroes of Wrestling show tonight in Franklin, Ohio, 6972 South Dixie Highway, 3 p.m. this afternoon in just a little while, matter of fact. USA Wrestling. the Orlando National Guard Armory, 2809 South Fern Creek Avenue in Orlando. Once again, that's USA Pro Wrestling in Orlando, 7 p.m. local time tonight. The NCWA at Clayton Fitness, 1370 Cameron Way in Clayton, North Carolina. 7:30 p.m. bell time. North Carolina is a busy place all over again. Shockwave Wrestling Entertainment at the Havelock Rec Center, 1 Recreation Drive, Havelock, North Carolina. I do not have a start time for that show. Nate, if you're listening, which I think you are, shoot me a start time if you can find it real quick. Mayhem Wrestling in Downey, California at Downey High School. That's tonight, 7 p.m. bell time. Pro Wrestling Express, that's PWX Wrestling in McKeesport, Pennsylvania, 2125 Beacon Street, 7:30 p.m. bell time. Phoenix Professional Wrestling, Ebensburg? Is it Ebensburg or Ebensburg? Right, hit. What are you?
Are we going to promote wrestling or are we going to talk wrestling?
We do both here. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, but I'm going to sleep here, man.
We got to work on your promotion, Gene. There's one more I want to hit. It's called Tap Wrestling. It's going to be tonight at the Old Cheese Factory. Please, for the love of God, don't tell me it was Limburger. That's all I can say. End of discussion. And if anybody decides to do a diamond cutter, who would actually cut the cheese? 191 Industrial Drive, McMinnville, Tennessee, 8 p.m. bell time. Folks, like I said, got a lot of great events coming up. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. We will definitely try to mention and cover as many as we can right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. 5 minutes after
I'm still a gimmick or anything, but to quote Mabel from Sunday night, wrap it the hell up.
I ain't wrapping nothing up yet. It's 5 minutes after the top of the hour. Fast Eddie Layne, Hitman Ryan Adcock, Robert Cause and Effect Cosper on this Saturday kind of thing. And yeah, really. Okay, pick it back up before I started going off on the tangent about open promotion. There have been two schools of thought about Ring of Honor. Now, I like Ring of Honor because they do have a good correlation and combination between the high-flying flippy-dippy, as it's called, and good ground-based technical strong-style wrestling. Different performers.
First of all, nobody calls it flippy-dippy but you.
No, there's a ton of people that call it flippy-dippy.
Okay.
I don't want to meet them.
No, I don't either.
Actually, one was Nigel McGuinness, one was Dutch Mantell. I don't think I need any more credibility to back me up than that.
Yeah, Dutch is one of the greatest guys in the world on the microphone. I catch a lot of flack for that, but Dutch was great. Still is, actually.
Dutch was tremendous, plain and simple.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I love what he's doing. It's Zeb Coulter. It's funny. Of course, it shows the decay of American society. Since they're booing the poor guy.
It's so bad that even Dutch can't get Jack Swagger over.
Yeah, Swagger definitely doesn't need to do any talking. I love him in the ring, but yeah, his mic skills.
But everybody says he can't work the mic because of his list. Did anybody hear Dusty Rhodes on a microphone?
Dusty Rhodes made a list popular.
Exactly. So it can be done. He just doesn't have mic talent.
Yeah, which I found an old Eddie. You and I were talking a while back about the old TNA pay-per-views, the first ones when they would do Wednesday night from Orlando or from the Impact Zone.
Yeah.
I've got a short list compiled of great Dusty Rhodes interviews. This one I probably would break your FCC code if I repeated it, but it may be his best. Where when he first comes in and addresses Vince Russo, it starts talking about the sign on the marquee says wrestling and what midgets don't do in garbage cans. It's pretty entertaining. Go back and watch it.
I remember that. It took me a minute, but I remember that.
I'll tell you at the break.
For the record, it's not Team Canada. I think it's Germany versus Brazil.
Hey, get your eyes off the volleyball.
You telling me to take my eyes off of half-naked women? The hell are you smoking? Who the hell are you talking to?
Well,
continue.
I'm kind of stumped now. Eddie's a little too caught up in volleyball over there.
half-dressed women on the beach. How much more can you ask for? Come on, dude. Now,
ask for topless women on the beach, which they're not going to do. So let's get back to wrestling.
I can ask for naked women on the beach. Hell yeah! I mean, I ain't going to get that either. By the same token, unless I'm watching, really bad internet porn. But by the same token, now I understand the concept of the promos, and this is something that I've asked on more than one occasion. With Dusty universally recognized as being one of the best talkers of all time. I mean, I listen to what people do and how they do it, and what they say and how they say it on the nationals, and I listen when I watch some of the syndicated and the locals. I listen when I watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I listen when I watch Championship International Wrestling from the National Wrestling Alliance. I listen when I watch the promos coming out of Ring Warriors, and matter of fact, just found out this morning, Ring Warriors, which is a Florida-based promotion, is getting ready to launch a television product. Looking forward to this. Howard Brody and company. Matter of fact, I'm on the horn trying to get in touch with Mr. Brody, and we're going to see if we can get Howard in. The rollout, I believe, is going to be August 10th, so hopefully we can get him on between now and then. Got some open time slots, and they're filling up fast over the next month. That's all I can say. We're probably going to keep all 3 shows running for the next month. Bear with me. Asterisk, subject to change without notice.
Well, any championship wrestling out of Florida, as a rule of thumb, is usually pretty good. You can go back
Except
to the Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that. It just hit me there in Orlando. Yeah, how about any, I was going to say about any independent promotion out of Florida, but TNA is a glorified independent promotion. Never mind. I'll stop myself there.
You're going to hate me for this, but I have to mention this one, and it's because of the venue where it is going to be located. It is Viva Wrestling, M-A-W Lucha Libre, but it's called Viva Wrestling. It's in Lakewood, Ohio, 17012 Madison Avenue. The name of the venue is the Good Goat Gallery. It doesn't get much better than that. See, that's one of the reasons.
I still think Look Mom No Fans is better.
That's the website, dude. That's Beyond Wrestling, and actually, I'm working to get Drew Cordero here on one of the shows in the near future too. We're in communication, dude. Our network is running, and then some. But we'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and say 11 minutes after the top of the hour. Let me go ahead and say 2 words. Actually, let me make it 4. Ryan Adcock, last call.
Wait, you just going to drop last call on me that fast?
Okay. Yeah, I have to.
Wow. Come back to me.
Okay, Cosper, go for it.
Dang, I was sitting over here being thankful that you went to Ryan first.
We'll tell you what, I'll take point on this one.
All right.
Over the last few minutes especially, and for this episode of BR, you've heard about a couple, if not more than a couple, of options. If you're tired, we have fun picking on the Nationals. The worst kept secret on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network is the fact that I first started training in '84. I've been in ring talent. I've run my own company. I've been ring announcer. I've managed. Name it, I've done it. All the way to hanging posters in the windows of the 7-Eleven.
Wait, one time out. I don't mean to interrupt you. Well, yeah, actually I do. When the hell have you seen a 7-Eleven?
Remember there was one in Fairfield, Alabama for years.
He did say...
Yeah, what, like 25 years ago?
Dude, when did I start training in pro wrestling? 27 years ago.
Look, you keep saying I hang posters in 7-Eleven. There ain't been a 7-Eleven in this state in 25 to 30 years.
Irrelevant. It's a phrase. I didn't say Circle K either.
Well, at least that's honest.
I'm sure he's hung windows in a Circle K. Or
I've
hung posters in a Circle K window also.
I've hung posters in a Circle K window as well.
How about a Zippy Mart?
God, I haven't seen one of those in longer.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. I could have said you totem.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I'm really dating myself. No, but seriously, you've heard, it's like North Carolina, New York, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Indiana, Iowa, Tennessee, Florida, all the different states that I've made reference to when I was running down some of the events. And tonight in our home state of Alabama. get the hell out of the house for a couple hours. There are some great wrestling shows, some great mixed martial arts shows, some great sporting events that are going on that are not on television. And you will find the stars of tomorrow, stars of today, legends at these events. I mean, think about it. You had a chance to hear from Micah Taylor, wrestling's best kept secret, just a few minutes ago. The man has been WWE developmental. I've watched him work. I work with Micah on it's like on more than one show, but I work with Micah on a regular basis. Very talented in ring. We've talked about the women's match tonight. We're talking about 3 internationally known women in professional wrestling that are extremely talented, gifted, and will absolutely lay it out there at the drop of a hat.
Absolutely.
These are
a great match.
These are in-ring talent that I enjoy working with. Not to mention, we actually didn't mention that much of the fact that, yes, Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be in Pell City tonight with Global Championship Wrestling, and I'm looking forward to that. But you've heard all the different events that are going on. Get out of the house. Get away from the television set. If the tickets are $5, that's great. If the tickets are $10, that's great. If the tickets are $15, that's great. I went to Wolverine Thursday night and paid $13 for a 2-hour movie. Now, granted, I enjoyed the hell out of the movie, but when you have a chance...
It's got to be better than the last crap they put out.
It was better than Iron Man 3, I'll put it that way.
That ain't saying a whole lot.
Okay, it was a lot better than Iron Man 3, and I've enjoyed the Iron Man franchise. But see, I can tell...
Just tell me this. Did they finally let Wolverine do what Wolverine does?
You know what, cut loose and be the badass?
Just destroy people.
At the end of the movie.
So you got to sit for 2.5 hours and wait for him to do it for 5 minutes.
2 hours.
It's a $13 waste then.
I can't say that. Because Jackman...
No, I was just going to say that I would drop my $10 at Global and Championship Wrestling tonight. Then in Pell City, that's going to be telling you. Global Championship Wrestling has been the best $10 you can spend for quite a long time. I've told people that for going on 3 years now. It's a blast. It's always a good show and stellar card tonight. The 3 main matches we've talked about are definitely worth your $10.
Yeah,
and that's not even the undercard.
All the way. Ooh, damn, Remy, you went there. Hey, let's run to Zaire. That's another one. Oh Lord, I think everybody's telling their age today. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, if you want to run old school facts about anything with somebody, go with Remy. He can tell you.
Surprised he didn't say F.W. Woolworth and Woolco.
No, you're dating yourself.
Oh, dude, I'm 47. I don't give a flying damn.
Those 7 years make a difference.
I don't give a flying hell damn ass. That's all I can say. But seriously, take a look around. Look on Facebook, look on Twitter, look around the internet. There are going to be some great shows tonight. Get the hell away from the television set. Get out of the house. Make the drive. And go enjoy yourself at a quality in your neighborhood, in your town, mixed martial arts event, pro wrestling event. Damn right. It's out there. Go and have fun. Who's up? Cosz, hit.
All right, so if I can last call on that, then I want to say I've really followed a lot of NWA this week because I've really been getting on that bandwagon, and I'm going to tell you they put on several good shows this week. You've seen Iron Man Rob Conway successfully defend NWA title twice. They're really getting into the pay-per-view market also.
Yep.
$6, I think, is generally their charge. That's worth it. And you can follow so much of their stuff via their websites or their YouTube. A lot of good stuff out there, man. A lot of good stuff. And I'm glad to see the NWA making a strong comeback.
They took a little bit of a pounding a little while back when the transition took place. And we've had Bruce Tharp and Tony Brooklyn here on Beyond Ringside. And actually, both gentlemen have expressed an interest in coming back. And actually, we're also working on getting the logistics down for getting Conway on with us. So we're looking forward to it. But they know that all else aside, regardless of how you feel about the parent company, there are some great NWA affiliates out there that has some killer talent that are doing everything they can to give the fans the absolute best under the banner of the National Wrestling Alliance. Hitman, Ryan Adcock, come on in.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Last call.
I'm just steadily, as Cosz said earlier, depressed from the slow, steady demise of what could have been a rival company to WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it. Because I think that TNA has got wrestlers the quality of WWE. But because of crappy booking and storylines, this is steadily becoming the demise of WCW. And if Dixie don't get somebody that knows what they're doing to write for, I mean, you're looking at 3, 4, 5 months, this company's going to be gone.
I agree. I said just this past week I give them 2 years, and I think that's being generous because you're exactly right. As fast as it's fallen, it could be 6 months. It's done. Yeah, I can't argue.
I mean,
with that.
your Aces and Eights segment that they used to do 2 or 3 at a time. Not that I'm a big fan of the angle, but if you're going to run it with everybody in the bullpen or wherever they're at. You had 2 people on it this week. You saw Bully and you saw Henderson.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
There go those budget cuts again.
Yeah, and that's what it's like Ryan said. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Look at the budget cuts they've done over the past 2 weeks. I mean, they have gotten rid of a fair amount of people. Some I might can understand. Others, I think it's just insane. Matt Morgan's the one that stands out with me, getting rid of him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the writing's on the wall for TNA to tank. I mean, I'm not wishing that it would, but the writing's on the wall. Something's got to change. I did read the other day. Now I don't know how accurate it is that Dixie Carter, as far as her Twitter and her Facebook, is going to start paying more attention and addressing questions and comments from the fans and all this. Now, me personally, I'm an internet terror, so I've messaged her several times. I've invited her to join my wrestling group. No progress though. Just that was Eddie. That was before the rules were relaxed. But just to see what fans are saying, because you get guys like us and guys in my group and just in the different wrestling groups on the internet of what people are saying, and predominantly it's how bad TNA sucks. I mean, you've got a few people out there that, oh yeah, it's the greatest thing ever, but it's really overshadowed by the people that are just talking about how terrible it is. And
anybody that tells you TNA is great is blind.
Yeah, or they've been watching wrestling for the past 3 years, you know?
5 years ago, TNA was great.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Very true.
It hit the toilet in 2010.
And consecutively, what happened around that time? Who showed up in TNA?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I know off the top of my head it was 2010 that it really went downhill, because it was right out of the gate. As soon as Hogan came in, he wanted to run head-to-head on Monday night with Raw, which was stupid. And you saw how well that worked. They did it one time and just got blown away.
It's because they booked a crappy show. Look, I've got to say it like this. Impact Wrestling can go head-to-head Monday nights. Number 1, start at 8. Let everybody get frustrated by that first hour of WWE programming. Number 2, you put your best foot forward for episode 1. You try the pro wrestling audience in this day and age is so fragmented, it's not even funny. And actually it is funny to me. I mean, you've got so many different schools of thought. So many people are burned out because of what WWE had done over the last few years. You've got some who are disappointed because Impact is floundering. 2 weeks ago, great show. This week, horrible show. It was not that great. Even Hardy and AJ could not save that show, even though it was a hell of a match.
To me, I don't mean to interrupt you because I'll let you get right back to it, but to me, when they were staying in Florida and putting their best foot forward, putting their best product out there, they were in much better shape. I understand why they took it on the road. I get that. They're trying to promote their product, build it up all over the country. That's fine. But the minute they did that, they lost focus on what they were good at.
And if you take last night's show, and I meant to bring this up earlier, if you take last night's show, and putting it on the road is going to let them sell more tickets, could generate some more money, put some more people in the seats. But look how dead the crowd was. And if you watch at the end of the, I keep saying last night's show, I mean Thursday nights, I watched it last night. If you look at the end of the match with Hardy and Styles, and Hardy's going to extend his hand for a handshake at the end of the bout, look at the people. Now, you still had Hogan supposed to be coming out to address the whole lawyer and the world title and Bully Ray and all that. But
which is a complete fiasco, but go ahead.
Yes, it was absolutely a fiasco, and that's what I was going to drive at here. Look at the people just at the point as soon as that AJ Hardy match was over. Look at the people walking out. The crowd's dead. The ones that are still sitting there, they're not cheering. They're watching. They're not cheering. They're not booing nothing. They're just there. But look at the people walking out. You still had more to come, quote unquote. Technically Hogan's not more to come, but you see what I'm saying. People were leaving. They didn't care to see it.
He is.
Oh yeah, he absolutely thinks he is. But you're going out and you're wanting to spread the word and pull these people in, but you're not putting out a quality product. So you can get them once, but how do you keep them coming back when you're putting out crap?
Like we talked about earlier, I mean, when your quality product supposedly is Saban with the title, what do you expect?
Yeah, you can't keep people coming back and tuning in. Because I'll tell you the honest truth. The only reason I tune into TNA, I've tuned in the past 2 weeks, and the only reason I have is because I knew we were going to talk about it on this show. That's my only motivation to watch TNA. Just as sitting there as a fan wanting to watch it, they lost me a while back.
I mean, some of the stuff over the years that I've seen in the X Division title matches, the real X Division title matches, is off the chart.
Yes, it is.
What they put out last week, Thursday night, was just average.
Oh, and that's being complimentary. Yeah, I mean that's just it's they're putting out junk. It's like I was saying earlier. I feel like I'm watching the death of WCW again. Dixie Carter. I mean, I don't run a professional wrestling show and don't pretend to know everything, but Dixie Carter needs to take control back of her company because the people that are running it they're running it in the ground, man. They're going to do. And I know Hogan's not the only one, but he's the main bullseye. He's going to do the same thing he did in WCW. Milk as much money out of it as he can to put in his own pocket personally, and then go right on down the road. Because let's say TNA folds in 6 months. That would say in 8 months, guess who's going to be guest starring on the Monday Night Raw, brother? You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's Dixie Carter needs to run her company. She needs to take back control of her company.
She needs to hire somebody that can write.
Yes, exactly, and that's what I'm meaning. I don't know what stake Jeff Jarrett still has as far as any kind of ownership with TNA, but he needs to step up because, like Jarrett or don't like him, before Hogan got involved, he was putting out a quality show, and he was putting out stuff people hadn't seen before. And X Division in the six-sided ring definitely made TNA different, made it exciting, and
I miss the six-sided ring. I really do.
I do too. And my firm belief of why there's not a six-sided ring anymore is what was one of the very first things Hogan did. Go back to four corners. But two, he had every intention of getting in that ring. He had every intention of being the TNA champion. And quite honestly, the man is not coordinated enough to handle a six-sided ring.
No.
You're talking about a guy who one of his four moves is a back rake. Come on, dude.
Yeah, and I firmly believe that's why the six-sided ring was done away with. I truly do. I could be totally off base, but that's my thought on it.
I just think I thought it was horsehooey when they got rid of the six-sided ring. But here's the funny part. I actually spoke to a number of people who had worked up there in that particular six-sided ring, and they were like, look, it looks great, and it makes for some dramatic effect. But in all sincerity, that ring is hell to work, because you got to remember something. And I'm going to speak from a worker's perspective. When you're used to hitting the ropes one way at one speed or at varying speeds, and you're used to a certain tension because you've got an 18-foot ring or a 20-foot ring, and those ropes cover a certain length. They cover a certain area. And when you cut to a six-sided ring, the diameter may still be the same, but the length of that rope is not going to be nearly as long. Therefore, the tension is going to be a lot higher. So, I mean, yeah, the ring looks good. And honestly, for those who know how to work that ring, it makes for some dramatic moments, especially when you're pulling some of those moves. But on a regular basis, six-sided ring was actually more of a detriment to some of the people who got in it than it was an asset for the fans watching it.
Well, that may be true. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, for 7 years, nobody seemed to have a problem with it until Hogan showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I completely and totally agree with that. When they took the six-sided ring down, it's like I just sat back and went, well, there goes WWE Light.
Well, and here's an idea from a marketing standpoint. And Dixie Carter, if you're listening and you use it, you better send me some royalties off of this. But
good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. But okay, we're cutting down the pay-per-views, and we're kind of mixing them in every so often with our regular weekly show. All right, from a creative standpoint or a marketing standpoint, why don't you do a show, bring back the six-sided ring for one show, and have the guys that can work that ring be the ones that participate in that show, and those that can't, don't. And put TNA back on the map. Let the X Division cut loose, something.
See, I wish they would bank more on the X Division, and I've loved the last couple of weeks that they have banked more on the X Division. I hope
But they haven't done it right, though.
No, they haven't. But by the same token, look who they've got in the office. I mean, I have a world of respect for David Lagana. David's a very intelligent person when it comes to writing a wrestling show, but one person can't save the world. I'm sorry, not everybody can be Noah and build the ark. And you're going to laugh when I say this. Which would be the more adequate comparison or more accurate comparison? TNA versus the Jets or the Raiders? Both teams have a very bad habit of shooting themselves in the foot.
TNA's been shooting themselves in the foot for quite a while.
In other words, like the Raiders.
I would probably say the Raiders, because the Raiders have been in the Super Bowl the past 15 years, and TNA was going up at one time.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's
and the Raiders have never had the butt fumble, so.
The Raiders haven't had Tim Tebow either, end of discussion.
Oh, no, here we go.
Tim Tebow couldn't have been any worse than what was in there last year.
You're right. He was what was in there last year. But let's take this thing home.
Mark Sanchez fumbled because he hit his own offensive lineman in the ass.
Mark Sanchez is a butt fumble. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
I mean, end of freaking discussion on that one. Name me a quarterback out of USC in the last 20 years that's done a damn thing good.
That's a good question. Give me a second to think.
Cosper, any ideas?
Yeah, I'm on dead air over here, man. I can't think. I'm trying to...
Look,
no,
not a damn one of them. Not a damn... Leinert? I mean, please, come on. Sanchez? Please, come on.
He's better than Sanchez.
Who, Leinert?
Absolutely.
That's not saying much.
No, but he's still better than Sanchez.
That's like saying lit charcoal is better than smoking a cigarette. Come on.
Well, that's true.
All right, then. Let's take this thing home. Hitman Ryan Adcock, you got any Hitman BDC Ryan Adcock shameless plugs you want to throw out there?
Come on, man. You know I don't need to be on social media. I'll be on here and talk to you and talk to the fans, and that's enough for me. I don't have to be a internet bully. I just say what I got to say on here, like it or not.
Cosper, shameless plugs.
The only shameless plug I got this week will be for Global Championship Wrestling's show tonight in Pell City. Tell Dan to cut me in on the gate money for that, though, since I plugged it.
There you go.
Good luck with that, too.
Yeah, I know.
And they all said, yeah, right. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Once again, folks, tonight, yours truly, along with Tasha Simone, Wicked Nemesis, and a number of us from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network will be in Global Championship Wrestling's backyard of Pell City, Alabama at the GCW live event. And if Wicked Nemesis were here, he'd say, you're damn right it's a live event, and you can only call it a live event when he's working it.
Yeah, so you give him a mic. Tell him I said that, too.
I will.
and anybody who don't know how to get to Pell City, Alabama, you just go up I-20 towards Atlanta, and you turn right at Mayberry or RFD, and you're there.
Thank you, Deputy Dog.
Pretty much. Once you get to the end of the big road, turn left, and you'll see it.
Pretty much.
Onto the gravel road until it turns into the dirt road until you get to where you're going.
There you go.
And
follow the stench of Amos Moses. That'll get you there, too.
Thank you to Micah Taylor for joining us today. Thank you to special surprise guests, Cody O'Connor and Jake Cole from representing the Squared Circle, who are all a part of the main event tonight at Global Championship Wrestling in Pell City. Didn't plan for that, but it's just amazing how it works out that way. There will be more people go to watch the movie Sharknado than we'll watch TNA this go around. Thank you, Remy. Greatly appreciated. Fire Biscuit, thank you for coming to the chat room as well. And Remy, you had to mention the name Francis Hood. Francis, love you, darling. End of discussion. See you later. Bye. Tomorrow, Sunday, July the 28th, here on Beyond Ringside, the live edition, Beyond Ringside Live, the flagship. We are scheduled to be joined by DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling. We are working on getting some of the folks from Strike Hard Mixed Martial Arts. They've got 2 events coming up during the month of August. Waiting for a confirmation on that one. So join yours truly, Tasha Simone, Wicked Nemesis, possibly Ted Guinness. Beyond Ringside Live Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, 3:30 Pacific. Like I said, also going to be joined this coming Tuesday night. Longtime friend of the BR family, DJ Texas Bull Rider, Angel Clark, right here in the 2-chair on Tuesday night. Slated to be joined by the Master of Malice, Mark James, this Tuesday night. Tuesday night goes live at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And ready to have some fun. I will keep everybody posted through the .com, beyondringside.com, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. And you can find me personally. It's easy. Fast Eddie Layne, LAYNE.com.
Hey, let's plug.
Of course. And of course,
can you do me one favor tomorrow, though?
What's
Just
that?
From a fan that actually listens. Can you please tell Tasha to cook her damn food before she comes on the air?
Hey, look,
Because I don't want to hear 2.5 hours of fried chicken, okay?
Until next time, folks, we'll see you tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, for Cause and Effect, Robert Cosper.
Later, taters.
For the Hitman BDC, Ryan Adcock.
Peace out, biatches.
We got him on it. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Layne saying adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, abasenia, au revoir, until we meet again. If I'm not the guest referee for the ladies triple threat match tonight in Pell City, Alabama, I am going to frickin' riot. End of discussion. And aloha means bye-bye. We'll see you next time right here as we all go Beyond Ringside. Bye for now.